and then saying,
Hello, everybody!
Hello.
Welcome to the stream. First of all, hello Pyra. And hello first. Yes. To Rulipina 2, welcome as well. Welcome everybody to the next installment of D&D Vampires in Trouble.
Emphasis on the trouble.
Emphasis on trouble, yes, as always.
Wouldn't be D&D without that.
Trouble. I do believe we've still got a counter on here somewhere that we haven't used for ages for whenever we say trouble. But
Because everyone's been subconscious about saying it.
yeah, it didn't like as soon as we put that counter in, I swear, like we just stopped.
Yeah.
Remind me when I'm DMing again, and I'll just fall on trouble.
Sounds good.
you'll go to all that trouble for it.
Yeah, I wouldn't. It's no trouble.
Grand DM.
5 times is the count now that I just triggered
Not 5.
Jesus. All right.
Master DM, wish to regale us with what potentially happened last time?
Yes, indeed. So last time the party reached Imperius, the capital city. Upon arriving, they learned of where the palace was to go and speak to the queen, which some of them did. Some of them went and spoke to the librarian and
Touch the book.
touched the book.
You had to touch it.
Went to speak to the ex-archmage Zamiel. And they have...
Don't forget Everett the clerk.
Everett the clerk, yes. Everett the clerk.
Poor Everett.
And
doesn't
the coin, she's pretty shit.
According to all the subjects.
Yeah.
Just don't get into a fist fight with her.
No.
I was about to say, I'm not a fighter. Yeah.
I think that was the main bits.
Yep.
You learned of the Dirt Pit, which is the underground fighting ring where Leora, who has been travelling with them for a while, works. Which would be an opportunity for you guys to gain some money and perhaps some fame alongside.
Get my good dice for it.
And other than that, you know of there are a rather large marketplace, but I think for the most part everything else is unexplored. Oh, and the Mercenary Guild was brought up as well.
Cool.
Yes. And at the end of the last session, everyone, well, not everyone, but some had already spoken to Zamiel, and the rest of the party had arrived at the library to speak with Zamiel and learn a bit more information about what everyone is looking for and what everyone's after.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it. That wasn't as brief as I would have liked it, but
That's pretty brief.
Yeah, basically. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Wingus and Dingus in here flew up on the wing with the...
with one of the books.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the...
And I
the
want to go
toads.
talk to Zamiel about the book that I have.
Yes.
So I wouldn't give it back to Belma. Back to Belma. It was not yours to begin with, but
No, once Belma found that out, she didn't want it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yllish isn't entirely sure what he's doing. So that's fine.
So,
You've just gone with...
He just jumped on a bird.
Experimental.
I don't know what we're doing, I don't know where we're going, but I'm
Just
doing it.
Just a bit of a bird.
It is.
How did we get here? Mordor behind you.
Righty-o. Well, with that, I think we will begin. So, Yllish and Te have flown off to
Blown
go...
the coop.
Blown the coop.
Blown the coup d'etat.
Possibly.
So we'll go to the ones that have arrived, which I believe Belma was already here and Ram's already here. So it was the
Four
two
of us that arrived and then they've shown us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's
we
usually
we actually managed to meet up,
Yeah.
and then these two fucked off.
Yeah.
We split the party,
But there's a
brought the party back together, and then split it within 3 seconds.
logical reason why I did it, though.
Yes, I'm sure there is.
Is it a Quilly logical reason, or is it an Yllish
An
logical reason?
Yllish logical reason.
Now I'm scared.
Having all the books in one place just seems stupid to me.
Because that's what the bad guys want.
Well,
That's what Ellsura agreed with.
considering
It's very logical.
considering Radon's managed to convince Belma not to take the book that I have, I believe I was shown what direction to go to get to the.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everett very begrudgingly went
That's right.
and pointed to the stairs.
Just gonna follow that direction.
Did he give the same warning about ducks?
No, he did not.
Ah, yes.
I know nothing.
You mentioned, I remember the Boom Boom book was mentioned.
On the book. Yes.
I believe it was just don't touch the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Belma concurs.
The,
Do not.
the Cataclysm book will be known as.
The Book of N.
Yeah, cataclysm is not the correct word.
I kind of want to steal it. I just want to start accumulating dangerous books. Yeah, wherever it was a fight.
I'll open this book. I'll fucking do it.
Do you want to do that? Do you really want to do that?
That's Ellsura's plan later on.
Build your vacation home in another plane of existence, and then
In the world with a
Yeah.
create bonfire spell that you've set on the ground and just holding the book over it. I'll fucking do it.
I was thinking,
give
well,
it
you
to
know,
someone.
get it costs about 15-year-olds. I'll fucking educate you.
You go for God. You guys ever heard of Armageddon?
Yeah, head in to see. I was going to go in the library as well.
Are you going to head up to speak to Zamiel, or are you just going to float around the library?
There was something I was going to go look for. So you're going to speak to
I'm going
Zemiel.
to go speak to Zemiel.
So you were going to go speak about the Black Book.
I haven't said anything about what I'm doing. I've just.
Oh no, that's about a character.
Yeah, I just said that I had to go talk to him
Yeah.
about the book that I had.
Yeah, no.
So I don't know if you even have seen the book that I have.
I don't think so.
No.
Well, we'll go with Radon first.
Mhm.
So you make your way up the stairs. At the top of the stairs is a hallway, and the door at the end of the hallway appears to be a bit battered.
I'm guessing it's that one. Gonna walk towards it.
Yes? Are you back?
No!
Oh. Well, hang on a moment.
This is my first time here.
And the door opens, and a smallish old man peeks around the corner and goes, Oh, you're different, and opens the door and says, Come in, come in. What would you like?
Walk in. Well, I have come to discuss, pull out of my backpack. This.
Oh, sweet gods!
Place it on the deck.
Everyone's got these big books. Where did you find that?
Did we find that one?
One of them was found in the tomb close to the start of the campaign, where you found black ooze.
The other arrived with Belma.
And
The other one,
yeah,
Belma
so
already
that, yeah. In a tomb. Lots of black ooze and things
You
around.
didn't touch it either, did you?
No, of course not.
You say that like a matter of fact, of course.
It's stupid.
I don't suppose you're associated with the gnome and the...
Loosely.
Well, I'm going to give you the symbol.
Associated is. Yeah, that's a word that could potentially be used.
Going to just touch all my things, and he sort of leers towards a strange-looking red book on a pedestal over in the corner. That's the thing you should touch.
Yeah, the explosion book. Right, don't touch that.
Yes.
Yes, I've been informed about that.
Explosion book.
Knows where
That's
it
what
is.
it is.
I just didn't understand.
Your group is in possession of how many of these blasted things?
The last count 2. Although one of them's just flown off.
It's like, what?
Long story.
Oh,
I'll get
yeah,
into it in a minute. The main point is, can you read this?
Part of it, yes.
Only part. Interesting.
All the books need to be together for you to read it properly.
Hmm.
Otherwise, it's like reading a sentence where every third, fourth, and fifth letter is missing from every word.
So that's why I had so much trouble with it.
Excuse me?
I have a way to read it.
Do tell.
But telling, I just transform.
If to make you save against that.
Yeah, he should have to actually make a save.
Show and tell.
It's show and tell time.
Yeah.
He would.
He would.
He would normally.
He would normally. Yeah.
If it wasn't Zamiel.
Yeah. Cool. I figured that might be the case as well.
He's the ex-archmage. He's wearing more magical items than you've ever seen in your entire life. You could try.
That's exactly where my head went.
Go for it.
Try.
Try.
Things will open the book.
I say we murder it.
You ever seen that scene from the second Guardians where they just jump through all those galaxies at once? Yeah.
Don't forget that the Cataclysm book just to your left. Just give me the stuff.
Hey.
Give me the stuff.
Fire sword. Hey. Hey.
Anyway, he goes, right. That still wouldn't be something that one of your race would normally be able to do. Has it got something else?
I'm not sure about something else, but when I transform like this, I can read it.
Come with me. And he walks over to where his working desk would be. Bring the book and sit it down over here, please. He sits in his chair, and with this tome in front of him, he says, "How long ago would you say?"
Probably close to 2 weeks. Guessing in my head.
Took us a week to get here from the last town, so it's going to be
Closer to like a month and a half.
Close to a month and a half, yeah.
Yeah.
About a month and a half.
Right. And the other one you said it was already in possession of.
Yes, the small gnome I believe you met earlier. She doesn't have it now, don't worry. Like I said, it kind of flew away.
Yes, about that. Where did it go?
No idea. I'm not sure how many of our friends you know of, but it basically got taken with an oath and a small child.
Why?
So, let me put it this way.
Can I cover him with that endless bottle of honey?
we have to collect a bunch of feathers, don't you?
Yeah.
Your group consists of a blood hunter,
Yes.
the small pink-haired gnome who doesn't know how to keep her hands to herself,
Yeah, that's a good answer. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, yes.
a moron, and a child.
Yep.
Hi.
Your ears are burned. I'm covering nothing. Why am I here?
Sneezes. I'm waiting for him to say the whole list and then go, he's just for told.
And a warforged.
There is also an half-elf. Sorry. Misspoke.
Just a half-elf?
Oh,
They're very badly burnt.
yes. Pretty horrendous burns and has a fear of fire, but apart from that, relatively normal.
And yet he seems to be the most normal one in the group. Right, well,
What's wrong with me?
you're a race that hasn't been seen
You're
in
unique.
600 years.
Ah, yes.
You're basically the Tasmanian equivalent of a Tasmanian tiger wandering through the middle of Launceston Mall.
Except if it was in Tasmania, you'd probably get stuck.
Shot.
Yeah.
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 Shot, stolen, set on fire.
Other various bodily fluids.
Yeah.
Make it sound like the Wild West down here.
Nah, it's just banjo church.
South.
At least we exist.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have it any other way, mate.
Oh my god.
Anyway, we digress. Sorry.
Anyway.
Ew.
Well, as you've gotten into the capital and haven't caused any noteworthy chaotic alarms to go off, I'm sure you can't.
Oh, I'm sure that nearly happened just a moment ago when we met the Queen. I'm just ruining this guy's day.
Right, well, I'm not sure what you're doing when you talk to the Queen, but this book, are you aware of what exactly is contained within its pages?
Basically, it's a how-to on how to make the ooze, from what I understand.
Mostly. It's also an instruction manual on how to utilize the Black Ichor. How it can be properly implemented, how much you should use, depending on what you're trying to corrupt with it, and how to avoid its corruption effects yourself, which is why we haven't gone to extreme lengths to destroy the one that we have in the capital.
Whereabouts is that located?
Deep,
Okay.
hidden within the vaults.
Memory. Okay. How many of these books are there?
Well, last I remember there was 5, but there's supposed to be 6. I've only seen 5 different ones in my lifetime, but 6 is supposed to be the magic number. I suspect maybe the vampires are already in possession of the 6th one, hence why I've never seen it.
Question.
Yeah.
Out of character question. I can't remember, we touch on with Zamiel the anti-magnet kind of effect that the books. Ooh. Does Radon remember that?
Sorry, what was that?
Doesn't he?
That the books don't like being near me.
I do remember that, yes. I haven't brought it. It's alright, it's on my list.
Yes, supposedly 6 of them are in existence.
6.
And yes, the reason why we haven't tried to destroy any, we've tried to destroy them, but we haven't gone to extreme lengths to do such a thing. Because if they have within them the cure, so to speak,
It'll be useful.
it could be useful. I personally think we should burn every single one of them, and however much fire we need necessary to burn. Because the cure isn't necessary if the virus never exists in the first place.
I agree with that.
But who knows out there? There might be someone out there with as much knowledge on these books as I. Perhaps even more. For all I know, Aranoia herself has more knowledge on these. She studies them all the time, I'm sure, if she has one.
The other point as well, our Warforged friend that you have already met,
Yes.
the books do not like to go close.
Oh no, you see, the magic contained within those books is a magic that the Warforged was specifically designed to,
Counter?
yes, for lack of a better word. It's like trying to set fire to water. It's not going to work unless you have the right chemical compound, I suppose. Unless you fuck with the water, it's not going to burst in flames. And the Warforged are designed to be warped, so to speak. They're uncorruptible by whatever is in those books. They cannot be dealt with by normal vampiric means. They can't be turned into vampires because there's no blood there to infect and transform them. And they're designed to be the antithesis of that.
Now, you asked just before about the book flying off. Apparently, our big friend, our oaf. It's going to keep referring to you as the oaf whenever whenever you're not around.
Yeah.
It's
alright, dog.
had a moment of clarity, and has thought that considering 3 of the 5 or 6 books are all in one place, it probably wouldn't be the best idea to keep all books together.
I mean, I see the wisdom in that judgment, and honestly, I rather agree with that. I think that these things, if they cannot be destroyed, scatter them to the far reaches of the earth where no one could possibly reach them without, well, possibly dying in the process.
So that is why the book has momentarily flown the coop.
And what do you desire to do with this one?
I haven't come to a conclusion on that just yet. Let's just say there are voices that tell me to keep it around for the time being.
Indeed, there are. You are of the profane soul blood hunters, yes?
Yes.
Yes. Well, if you are interested in learning more about the book itself, or rather, how it was utilized in the war, Barnabas would be a good person to speak to. Sir Barnabas. He's one of the three gates of the heavens. He's speaking with the Queen a lot recently. He's acting as her advisor, as she's not one for diplomacy. She is a warrior queen for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Her husband was the diplomat, but he's unfortunately no longer with us.
Yes, as I have heard. And you are the only one who has been able to translate these books as of late.
For the most part, yes.
The Barnabas has no idea how to read them, I'm guessing.
If he does, he is extremely good at hiding it from me and everyone else.
Good to know. Valuable information.
Yes, but Sir Barnabas is a little too good for his own good, if you ask me. So I doubt he has anything to do with these books. He knows how they were utilized. He is a great strategist and has read up all about the blood wars, strategies, and different kinds of battles that have occurred over the past 1,000 or so years. And he especially knows how they were utilized in the blood wars.
Good to know.
I believe one of your order is also floating in town. You have a way to contact maybe your chapter master, if that's of any interest to you. He came and spoke to me a few days ago.
We do have a tendency to keep to ourselves, but maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to chat with one of my compatriots.
Yes, a tall fellow. I believe he was. What on earth was he again? Wasn't a dragon. What are the lizard man creature? Lizard folk. That's it. He was a lizard folk. We don't see them very much around here at all.
This is.
There is only one lizard folk that you can think of that you know of as part of the Profane Soul, but you've never personally met them.
Okay.
People that you've only really known him as the Carnivore is what he's nicknamed as.
Sounds like a great guy to hang out with.
Lizard folk are pretty fucking awesome. They're so much fun to play.
This is going to be an interesting meeting if his reputation precedes him.
Yes, I don't see lizard folk very often. Not anymore. Not since I've settled down for the most part. If you can call being trapped in this or not trapped, I can get whatever I want. But every time I leave, there's eyes on me. It tends to happen when you accidentally level a few cities. Anyway,
Cities deserved it.
They were evil, I swear.
there were vampire cities.
Look, Speedy just walked into a door.
You don't need to stake every vampire in the city if you just destroy the city. It's simple.
Get some nerf stairs while you're at it.
At any rate, you may go and speak to him, I suppose. I think last he said he was going to go to the dirt pit and do some fighting and some brawling.
We'll probably be meeting up with him very soon.
Oh, you're into the carnage, are you?
I'm into having a little bit of coin.
Respectable. Well, good luck to you, and all the best. Please take that wretched thing out of my bloody sight.
Into my bag, drop
Thank
form.
I would recommend keeping the two books well and truly apart.
What happens if they were to come in contact?
Oh, if they come into contact, that's fine. Why the fuck did you close, you bastard? There we go. Coming into contact is fine. Just make sure that they don't stay in contact for too long. They tend to attract unwanted attention. Each one of these books acts sort of as a beacon to those that the Ica has infected. You might have seen some rather vicious-looking dogs at some point. Maybe some wretched-looking
Oh no.
biomechanical creatures,
Yeah,
large
they were.
teeth, dripping the ichor. Those are infected creatures.
Yeah, so I've become well acquainted with the dogs.
Somewhere off in the country.
Right.
Thanks, Harry. You're like,
Yes, that would most likely be them being drawn to the presence of the books, and if they're too close to each other for too long, that signal amplifies. Keeping them in separate bags on separate people should be fine, but just don't put them in the same bag. That will not end well for you in a few days' time.
Glad we didn't do that.
You would have attracted all sorts of nasty shit.
I'm glad I don't know this.
All right, well, thank you for your time. I
Mm.
expect that I will be probably speaking to you again before we depart.
Honestly, between you and your other compatriots that I've met, I would rather have you back any time. You haven't tried to blow up the world yet.
Yeah. And I'm just going to turn around and leave.
You hear this. I need a cup of tea. As you walk out,
Oh, great.
the door the door shuts behind you.
Cool.
As you make your way back down the stairs, the librarian Everett turns and looks at you and, well, you're not dead. Nothing blew up in there that I heard of.
No, not this time.
Is he asleep? Did you rob him or something? Is that why I didn't hear anything?
No, he's very much awake.
Oh. Lucky. He goes back to reading the book that he was.
Just picture a comic.
Just going to leave.
Good mate.
I'm assuming the others.
Ellsura is still in the library.
We're just hanging out the front steps.
You think on the front steps?
Uh,
I'll hang out to the front steps too, because I'm assuming you've walked further into the library at this point.
yeah, I've gone into the library.
Yeah. So this is happening while you're upstairs.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
When you've got a little way, you hear small footsteps behind you.
so I don't expect you to go into all this information because it's probably going to be a lot. But a long time ago, when I was talking to Vikrant, I was warned of the sort of the Reaper King,
Yes.
ancient evil artifact.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to dig up a whole bunch of information on that. Also,
I think I took that, didn't I?
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, your character took that somewhere.
In the pre-game game.
Yes.
yeah,
A one shot where everyone was bad.
The warm-up one shot.
Yeah.
a lot of contracts. There was, is it Leaf? L-I-E, Leaf? I don't know how to say that.
Leaf.
Yeah.
Like lift that tea.
He was also mentioned. I can't remember where the note is. Anyway, I'm basically just going to brush up on a bunch of lore. Utilizing everything and everything that the library has to offer.
Yep.
So I'll be there for a while. If you want to go on to other people, because I'll go through and grab what I want to find, and
Yep.
then I might send it to you. So
Cool. Too easy. Belma, you said that you followed Ellsura with a pity patter of tiny little gnome feet.
In silent.
In silent.
I don't think it's pitter-patter. I always picture Bell with like massive boots.
You know when cats walk and they're not trying to be stealthy, they just stomp around the house.
Yeah.
or I imagine it's like a horror movie. You know, like there's like a little doll running around the house.
With a little.
Yeah, and then Ellsura every now and again looks up from a book like.
No, if you're sitting at a table reading a book, there will be those little feet sounds on the other side of the table. And it puts itself up on the seat opposite you and just looks at you.
Yeah, I mean, I would have posted up at a table and gone, summoned unseen servant to go get the books.
Yeah.
Yep, so if you peer over the top of the book, Belma's just looking at you.
Hey, evening, Belma.
Where did they go?
Pardon?
Yeah. Yllish.
When they flew away.
Yes.
I mean, your guess is as good as mine.
They didn't tell you either.
Well, no. I believe that the idea is for the less of us that know, the better.
Better for who?
For whom?
Yeah, Ellsura caught that one on his tongue.
I come from behind in the shadows because you didn't see me following him because
Oh.
Compartmentalization, operational security. Tap you on the shoulder and say, "Get up on it."
So you don't know either. I'm going to see Samuel, and hops down and wanders off. Ignores your.
I'm going to grab it by the backpack
Yep.
and just hold her, dangly. Yeah.
It's happening. Like let's go on. I'm not even gonna roll for that.
Just get out of your backpack.
So now all I can picture is that little weird chitter chatter horror thing is just now going held up by a backpack.
Absent-mindedly in one of my diaries, scribbling a little picture in the corner.
Mr. 3, put me down.
Belma, I believe that
I like him. Can we keep him?
Belma, I believe
like
that
him, we
they
can't.
took the book away. I mean, look, I don't agree that maybe they should have informed someone else, but irregardless, let them deal with it. If there becomes a problem, we take it like every day. Deal with it when it comes.
They will return.
Are you wanting your book back?
He looks at you. Yes. My book.
Belma, I understand your...
No, you don't.
You're right, I don't understand. I don't possess something, obviously as precious as that to you.
What did it say? Anymore.
Yes, anyway, look, you will, I'm sure, get it back at some stage, but for now there is a few moving parts in which we don't fully understand the parameters that we are operating under, and keeping the books separated is one of those things. I promise you will get the book back one day. You might find something even more about it in the meantime.
Belma's eyes started twitching a little. You may come with me, but we need to see Samuel.
We have seen Samuel.
I need to speak to him. Again. Creatively.
What about?
Empathy.
I do not understand.
That's not compute.
It seems a lot of
Frugal
people
emotion.
do not.
Your book will return.
Look, you may have to take it up with us, Yllish and Madame Ted, when they come back. They're the best people with
If you dare cast anything on me, I will squash you, so help me God. Your gods. This is gonna end badly for you.
Oh,
I don't know if it will.
Probably cast Turn to Stone
Uh,
and kill me. 3 sessions in.
quickly write a note, give to unseen servant, who then goes to Everett to get the book on gods for me. Just
Yep.
remembers he has to chronicle the fact that he met one.
Yes.
Belma casts reduce on herself.
Box. So I'm just holding a backpack now, aren't I?
Essentially.
Yeah.
Can I drop that backpack on it?
You can drop the backpack.
How small is your...
Have you ever like?
Uh,
Probably you could use another cat analogy. You know, you peg something at a cat across the room. I usually throw cats. You know, or no, I won't.
Sorry,
I won't.
headphones.
I won't hurt the young lass, but I will. follow her to Daniel again.
Yep.
Sort of.
It's a bit more difficult to see now. But,
Well, I know where
you
she's
know
going.
where she's going.
Yeah, with you being tiny size now.
I just like side look at Ellsura over here, and I just do this.
Have you had experience with children before?
Actually, you ever played that game where you got to like have baby-proof the house?
Yeah.
Our kind don't have children.
I'm aware. I'd like to say you seem oddly human at times. An observation.
Which is how
Would you mind sitting for a moment? The gesture to the chair.
We're gonna just look around.
Would you mind if I asked you some questions?
Draw you.
I can draw you like one of the French robots.
I kind of just look around and the really really faint pitter patter of Belma's foot.
She'll be okay.
And I've gone.
She'll be okay. We know where she's going.
And I just pull the chair up and. Well, no, I push the chair aside and stand.
Whatever's most comfortable for you. I just, if you don't mind, I just want to ask you a few questions.
Fucking now you let me get my pencil out so I can remember the answers I give you.
Do you understand how you were created? And were made? You were born.
I was created. I woke up. I was given a task. And that task went until it was done.
So,
And then we were locked away. For 600 years, I'm told. Twitch.
so you had parental figures?
Commanders.
Interesting. So there was a hierarchy that you used like a military standard?
Correct.
You were sergeant?
Yes.
And then you had your commanders above you, and were they human or were they wolf?
Well, Forge were never given ranks above sergeant.
So you just led squads.
We led squads.
And then the strategizing above was led to the
Humans, mainly wizards.
Yeah.
Sometimes high up soldiers. The generals.
What did you do in the meantime? When you weren't fighting?
Watched.
Learned?
Learned.
Did you
Aided.
seek any hobbies? So you were purely there for war effort?
Correct.
He also has lots of unpainted minis.
Don't we all? Well, did you have a sense of camaraderie between each of you? Did you ever become more than your directives, so to say?
Negative. We were coded to do a job. Many jobs. Tasks. Most of them involved killing. Sometimes aid to villagers. We were kept separate until we were needed en masse. I don't know the reason why.
Did any of you ever question why you did the things you did?
I had to execute, deactivate many.
But you never asked why.
Negative.
Why do I find that the premise of deactivating a human or a life form more threatening than exterminating? It just sounds.
That's it, because it removes their humanity or their life force.
Like,
Yeah.
It's turning you off.
like I find that much more threatening.
Interesting. It's clinical.
Hmm.
I mean, with soldiers, there's a very interesting point of view that they usually just sit on and value their worth from. They seek what they do through their fighting as a way of good and helping, while some see it as barbaric and pointless. I see that obviously they created your kind as the means of overcoming this, and as we found, the books have no seem to be repulsed by you and you're uncorruptible. My next question is, have you ever considered yourself an individual?
At that point, involuntarily, my left arm just smashes down through my side of the table and cracks it. And then I'm just there looking at my hands through the half-destroyed table. But then I just look at you.
Oops. Oh dear. It's happened again.
And just shrug.
There's more to you than meets the eye.
You have two eyes.
It's got more than two, in fact.
Oh.
There's an expression, the mind's eye.
I
He's
see.
the other thing, and he's just
eyes. These aren't burns, they're eyeballs.
he's actually an eldritch
He's a
horror.
potato.
That would be a twist.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty cool twist. He's just got testicles hanging out. Oh, sorry, that's right.
Men in Black.
Yeah.
There's a story of the man without a soul. He was made as a golem, with no thoughts, no emotion, no anything. He then proceeds to live life and develop said emotions. The funny thing about that story is it doesn't have an end. The golem apparently keeps walking the earth, land.
Plane.
The point is, you can learn, and from the looks of it, you can decide for yourself what you wish to do.
I need to see Barnabas.
The soul is a funny thing.
You weren't built with souls. But can you make one?
Can't say it, but under the kerchief, Ellsura is smiling in his weird, half-lipless way.
You need a heart. I need a brain.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly where I was going.
Anyway, maybe you should catch up.
And you need a brain. Hey.
I need a new
I
book.
don't need one.
So that's all I have for now. But please, there'll be times in the future I'll want to ask further about the past and get this information. I can talk with someone who's a few hundred years old and get, non-biased information. Says the programmed being. Anyway, first starts picking up the books and moving them to another table.
I removed my hand from the broken table and just kind of lift it up so the beam cracks back into.
Yeah.
And then I look at you, shrug, and then I return to the front door.
It's not actually going to hold anything. As soon as you put any weight,
Yeah.
it's going to collapse again, but it looks fine.
I could have just gone, but I didn't. I just lifted it up because I had no sense of aesthetics.
Can't get many to level 10.
As you walk back to the front door, Everett says, "Did you break anything over there?"
No.
Roll deception for me,
Oh,
please.
it's a lie.
Wait, can it lie?
The robots learn to lie. We're all screwed.
We've been a bad influence. We've only had it for like a week.
It's a small check in the black in traffic warning.
He looks at you. Okay. It was a 7 on
Yeah,
the die.
just goes back to like leafing through
Well,
the
it
comic.
was,
Yeah, he's basically going, "Not my problem."
It was involuntary. I didn't. My actions didn't make me
you
do it.
didn't.
So therefore, I didn't break anything.
You didn't mean to break it.
Look, this is my logic for murdering all those prisoners.
You could have been a former US president the way you do.
I am not drunk. Oh,
No, buddy.
Alright.
Robotic Nixon is back.
Waiting.
Agnew.
I'm waiting for the
Let's
like,
Agnew.
the door.
Yep, so you go back out the front door.
I just wait. I'm just sitting there waiting because I'm waiting for Wingus and other Dingus and everyone else to do their bits because
Yeah.
I've come to the conclusion that I need to be with this group of people because they're kind of doing something that I haven't quite got morals yet, but I'm going. This is something that it seems to be linked
After a
to.
few more therapy sessions with
After
the hero, you
probably,
will.
probably, yeah. And then yes, so I'm just kind of just sitting, waiting, waiting for everyone to come. I know I need to go see Sabanos though, so
Yeah.
I don't have to do anything.
So you're happy for the moment then, Ellsura?
Yeah, I'm cool.
Well, because we started that entire phase of Belma's playing, we'll go back to Belma.
Okay, I'm happy whatever you're doing. Sure.
And then after Belma, we'll get to you guys and what you're doing with the book.
Had you planned on such a role play heavy?
Under the door now.
It's not quite that small.
Okay.
The door's pretty close to the floor.
Yeah, good. That's
Did I pass Belma?
Are you
Yeah, you would have passed Belma on the way. Belma
rolled
was
up
like
the
at the
stairs.
bottom of the stairs, trying to like get up the stairs because now she's tiny in size.
Where are you going? And why are you so small now?
It's taking you a long time to walk everywhere.
Belma doesn't answer you. She just continues.
Up the stairs?
You're gonna take Belma to the top.
I take Belma up the stairs,
Yeah, so you go back up the stairs,
Takes it.
drop her off.
place her down, and just go, see you later.
There's a very quiet and begrudging thank you. And she grows.
I
She
imagine.
go,
Thank you.
yeah, and then she cancels.
Cheers, cunt.
Yeah.
Cool. Sorry for the language.
And, she doesn't turn around though. And she knocks on the door.
Yes, who is it this time?
Belma.
You would have heard as well, like as I was walking back down the stairs, I'm just laughing.
There's that sigh, and then there's a long pause. I imagine it's like, knock, knock, knock.
Yes, I'm coming. Let me just summon up the courage. He opens the door and
Belma just walks straight in and sits in a seat.
he closes the door behind, turns around and says, "What can I do for you again?"
Empathy.
What about it?
Can you package trauma?
I'm interested in answering this.
How so? Do you mean
People
suppress it?
don't understand. I would like to give them a piece of my mind.
Is that in a literal or a metaphorical sense?
Literal.
Right. Do we mean via surgery or?
There's an actual look of serious contemplation at that. And then she shakes her head. No, it needs to be a copy. I don't want to lose mine.
A copy of a piece of your
It's
mind?
structural, okay? I need that trauma.
Are you going to? So you're using this copy of this piece of your mind to make other people understand an aspect of what you've gone through?
Yes, if they can experience it, they will understand why it's important.
That's a pretty good idea.
Hugo! And you hear some of the books at the top of the bookshelf beginning to
There's
rustle.
somebody else in there.
And as some of these books fall off the shelf, you turn and you look, and out crawls this small little lizard-looking creature. Mechanical, but sort of an etherealness to it. And it looks around, and it looks at you. What is it this time? This one wants to share some of her knowledge.
No.
It's the term. We need the brain separation.
Nods.
The brain separation, yes. Can you bring it down, please? He goes, all right then. And turns around, goes back into whatever little hole he crawled out of, and as he comes back out, he's got this little bag hanging out of one side of his mouth, and he jumps and glides like those lizards with the little skin flaps. He glides down to where Zamiel is, lands on Zamiel's arm, and Zamiel takes the bag, opens it up, and on the inside is a small syringe with a mechanical brace around it. And he says, this would be the best way to do it, but it might be a tad, uncomfortable.
That's fine.
It won't damage anything inside you,
Good.
but it will extract a copy of what you are attempting to utilize.
What do I have to do so you get the right thing?
Well, I need you to think about the exact moment that you wish others to experience. And I might be able to help you experience that to its fullest, if that would help.
Okay, but there may be screaming.
It's fine. I have dealt with
Bill-
plenty of screaming before.
Belma looks actually taken aback a bit that for the first time that screaming is fine. Because every other time she screamed, that's not okay.
I do need you to lay down on this, though. And as he waves his hand, part of the wall on the opposite side to where the bookshelves are separates
Nice.
from the rest of the wall and begins to levitate in the middle of the room. And it drops down to a more appropriate height for a gnome to climb onto comfortably.
Belma starts climbing up and pauses for a minute. It's like, will you see?
Yes. But only those in this room will witness what happens.
Good. And lays down.
As you do, Zamiel turns back to his desk and opens up a hatch, removing a small blackish, purplish crystal. He brings it over and rests it on your chest and says, just lay as still as you can. Have you ever experienced sleep paralysis before, or understand what sleep paralysis is?
It's like when you're so terrified you can't move.
This will be like that. You will not.
Then
Be,
yes.
You will not be able to move. You will be able to speak. So you may tell me to stop whenever you desire.
Oh no. This
Very
is important.
And he wanders back over to his desk where the same hatch was and removes another small pouch, of which he opens up, and there's small little... They look almost like berries or some sort of pill shaped similarly to a berry. He wanders back over and he says, please take this.
Yep.
Place it underneath your tongue, shut your eyes, and relax.
Foreign concept to Belma, but she gives it her best.
As you do, you begin to drift into a sleepy state. The world around you begins to blur and fade away. Zamiel standing out is the only thing that isn't blurring. Until eventually everything washes away
Picture like the Matrix.
to darkness. as you shut your eyes, you begin to feel wind and rain battering against your skin. You open your eyes again and you're standing outside of your old academy. Nighttime.
I imagine it's looking surprisingly intact.
Yes, very much so. Zamiel is standing there with you, and he says, "Do not worry. You yourself are not actually here. You are witnessing a memory. This is a process that not a lot of people tend to speak about, but it is referred to as dream walking."
You already know exactly what I'm going to be wanting to remember, so feel free to go to town.
Excellent. Zamiel says, "Once again, if there is at any point you wish to stop, please say so. I understand that viewing memories as you saw them might be different to as you remember them."
Belma looks up at him, icily calm, like psychotically, almost abnormally not okay calm, and says, "You might want to too. Please don't." And goes back to just looking at the university.
Very well. Shall we enter?
Nods and walks in.
As you open the doors and walk into the academy, it is as you remember it. Students wandering around the foyer, discussing studies. You even see a lot of people you recognize between students and teachers. One oddly familiar face that stands out is Mersil, the artificer you met in Grimoak. He appears to be speaking to a group of students that all look like they've just undergone some sort of test or exam, and he appears to be quite animated and cheerful about it. Very different to the Mersil that you remember witnessing last.
Is Belma amongst those?
No. But you do recognise all of these students. You've had classes with them before. As you look up to view the rest of the tower, the academy itself is built on 8 floors in a cylindrical structure, with classrooms lining the walls and the centre being that of bridges, staircases, various mechanical pathways that can be constructed and deconstructed at the pull of a lever, allowing for ease of access for students to get to and from their classes. This has always been one of the most technologically advanced places in the entirety of Etheria, as the other Artificer Academies are. And on your travels since leaving here, you have never seen anything quite like it. Nothing has come quite as close to the advancements that were made here. As you hear the rain and wind battering the windows on the outside, you find an unusual comfort as you wander through these halls that you once knew. People don't seem to be paying attention to Zamiel or yourself, almost as if the two of you are ghosts walking through these hallways. As you begin to remember everything that you have been through in these halls, you overhear a familiar conversation of ruins and relics, and you turn to your left and see yourself, a younger, more cheerful Belma, less oblivious of the world outside, and her group of friends and colleagues that went with you to recover what you found. This is the night that you recovered the tome and brought it back to the academy.
Working then.
You see the faces of those that the last you saw of them, they were mutilated, mauled to death by biomechanical monstrosities. The last of which you saw attempting to do the same to Radon out in the countryside. Or at least a similar group of creatures. But many, many more you have seen. You witness the group, yourself included, exit out the front door and give an excuse of field study to the lecturer that stops you on the way out. This lecturer is one of the main lecturers that you would study under. Specifically, one of the main alchemist lecturers. A half-elf woman that you haven't seen since this very night. Or at least not in one piece. You venture out the door and Zamiel says, "Shall we follow them, or..."
Yes, please.
Very well. As you wander out the door, you see your group running off towards where the ruins were. About half an hour out from where the academy is. Zamiel says, "I can skip to the arrival of the ruins if you so desire."
Probably would be pertinent.
He reaches over to where you are and waves his hand over your chest, and you see the glow of the crystal that you can't see wash over you, and suddenly the scenery changes. And you are now inside of the tomb, the ruins. As the doors open, the light comes into the room and you can clearly see the research equipment that has been left. Inactive lighting equipment that would have been turned on earlier in the day to witness the text and the writing on the walls. The inscriptions along every single piece of everything in this room. Text lining everything. And in the center of the room, a small stone box with a slight crack in it, allowing you to peer inside and see the tome. Your group approaches the tome, and between all of you, you manage to separate enough of the stone from the book to pry it from its confinement.
Belma almost looks like she's about to tell herself not to do that, and then goes back to no.
You and your friends are ecstatic about being able to retrieve this item, as you speak of the lecturers telling you earlier that it would not be such a possible thing to do. You suspect now, as a more knowledgeable Belma, they knew what it was, or at least that it wasn't good, which is why they told you not to go for it in the first place.
We all know how it goes.
After a brief conversation on what sort of advancements you can possibly make with this item, your group leaves. Something you notice about the stone pillar that this book was sitting on, though, before your current self, and Zamiel leave the room. It dissolves into a black, fine powder as the text on the walls in the tomb replicate that, until there is nothing but bare walls lining this room. Zamiel says, "Shall we continue on back to the academy?"
Yes, please.
Very well.
How does Zamiel's face look?
He looks... It's almost as if he was expecting most of this to be happening so far,
Okay.
but still a hint of horror as to what's to come. Zamiel once again waves his hand over the crystal, and you transport back to the dorm rooms where your younger self, and your
My
friends
room
are.
upstairs.
As you're all going through this book, unable to read or decipher anything, the pages begin to emit a faint glow. This is a similar sort of glow as you and the rest of this group have witnessed with the tomes previously. You didn't think much of it at the time, but now that you understand what that glow can often signal, as your friends and yourself are reading through this tome, the glow begins to get more and more intense, which all of you seem to be acknowledging and writing notes about and scribbling in notebooks.
It's working, it's working.
You all seem extremely excited about what's happening here. And then as you get to the last page, the light dissipates completely. But you hear a faint, low hum that pulses for maybe 3 or 4 seconds, and then nothing. At the now lack of activity, your group seems rather disheartened about what was potentially happening, and you close the book up after some discussion. You slide it under your bed, and as it is getting late, the lecturers are going from dorm room to dorm room, informing everyone that it is now curfew and lights out must happen. The lights go out, you and your friends curl up in your beds,
The screaming starts.
and shortly after, Belma, you pull out the book again. Flick through it a few times, the light not coming back. And then you go back to bed. The book open
In my hand, because I fell asleep with it.
on the floor. After some time, Zamiel says, everything happened this night, did it not?
Yes.
We hand over the crystal again, and it appears to skip an hour or two. The moon, high in the sky, full and bright, illuminating the dorm rooms, enough to see the pages now on the book. The text on the pages begins to glow again, but the book itself remaining rather dull. It's unexciting as they always look. The text begins to flicker and pulsate with an odd energy, which is what wakes up the sleeping Belma. As she peers down and looks at the book, it snaps shut. The glowing stops. The pulsing stops. But the screaming from down the halls begins to rise. You are unsure of what to do in this situation, the screaming becoming slightly more intense as time begins to pass, until one of the lecturers, your alchemist teacher, kicks down the door, almost, and bursts into the room saying, "Everyone needs to leave now. We are under attack. I need everyone to gather your belongings and leave as soon as possible." Her face covered in splatters of blood. She's clutching her sides and a dark ooze emanating from her ribs.
The moment that happens, partially transparent, Belma tries to pick up the book in a panic to leave before she catches herself and like fists balled, like, "No, I'm not here," and waits for the other Belma.
Other Belma and her friends climb out of bed, and Belma, being who she is, gathers her belongings very quickly as they're all neatly packed away in a couple of bags. You sling these bags over, and as you do, you
Grab the book.
stealthily grab the book and stuff it into one of your bags as you put everything on and get ready to leave. The lecturer, peering at that book for a brief moment before looking at you with a great deal of horror and disappointment. as she appears to have understood what is happening. She turns to leave, saying everyone needs to follow me and stick together. As the group leaves the dorm room, the screaming now much more intense as the door is open.
Like that nightclub effect, you hear the quiet boom, 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 the door opens.
Yeah.
Except it's screaming.
Yeah.
And death and
Different.
horrible things.
You-
Yeah, it's a horrible thing.
You follow the group out the door, and Zamiel in tow. And what you witness outside is bloodshed of an immeasurable amount. The corpses of your colleagues, your classmates, and your teachers scattered the hallways, blood painting the walls, and these horrific wolf-like creatures with needle-sharp fangs and biomechanical joints and body parts that are oozing this black ichor, devouring the bodies of your classmates. There are dozens, maybe hundreds of these wolf-like creatures running around the hallways, attacking everything that isn't one of their own kind. And as current Belma peers over the side, down to witness the carnage, you see something that you don't fully remember witnessing.
Mm-hmm.
An individual, a Goliath, bearing unusual attire and armor, appears to be commanding the forces of these creatures in a language that you don't understand. Zamiel scoffs. The Reaper. That's what he tends to call himself, but conflicts with the Reaper King. He works for the vampires.
Oh, he's really fucking dead.
He is one. People suspect he's haven't seen him in a long time. Because
He's dead.
conspiring with Aranoia in the far north, but to see him here is certainly troublesome. These creatures are running around.
A good word for it, Belma says levelly. Troublesome.
As you follow your group through the hallways, your alchemist is defending you as best as she can with what little magic and potions she has left. She turns and peers down one of the hallways and directs your group to go down another way. She says, I will meet you at the bottom of the stairs, but please hurry. You remember never seeing her again.
Mm-hmm.
In this memory, however, you see her wander down that hallway, potions at the ready, and do you peer around the corner to see what's happened with her?
Yes.
As you do, this trained alchemist, using the last of her magic and her utilities, fends off a group of these creatures as best as she can, trying to remove them from other students, only for all of them to turn and eviscerate her.
Belma just shuts her mouth, turns around and goes back to find the other herself again, catch up. I imagine at this point the familiar chanting from old Belma has begun it's found its original voice and has started going, it's going to be okay, it's going to be okay. And present now Belma is quietly whispering it to herself in perfect sync. It's going to be okay, it's going to be okay.
As you make your way down a few flights of stairs, you get to the bottom, and this large hooded figure, Goliath, is nowhere to be seen. He can be heard as there's a malicious chuckle coming from the back entrance, where you can hear some vaguely familiar sounds of mechanical weaponry firing off blast after blast. The last you heard this sound was Mersil fighting some of the enhanced undead in Grimoak. And current Belma turns to the direction of the weapons fire and sees Mersil with two flesh arms wielding a large firearm of some kind, taking shots at this Goliath, who appears completely unfazed by anything that is being thrown at him.
Look forward to.
He raises a large scythe up, and upon dropping it down, Mersil raises his right arm to block the blow, which he then loses. Mersil's knocked to the ground, bleeding out, appears dead, but you know for a fact he's the only other survivor of this entire building. Potentially one of the only other survivors. You turn back to witness your group, and it's a moment that you remember quite vividly, with as you and your group of three are about to climb through this window, one of you is taken out of sight by one of these creatures, and you hear the screaming of cries for help from one of your colleagues as they are ripped apart by this monstrosity. You and the last one left climb through the window.
The chanting's up. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
And you make a break for the nearby forest. As you do, current Belma and Zamiel, watching through this window, witness Belma and her friend become just Belma, as treading through the long grass ends in the life being removed from your last friend at the academy.
Belma just stares out at her departing self. Doesn't look up at Zamiel. I'd like to go back now.
Indeed. As Zamiel turns to witness the bloodbath behind, he says,
Belma doesn't turn around.
Indeed. And he raises the syringe, pushes a button on the end of it, and you see the memory of the space around you begin to blur as Zamiel's study did before, and almost be absorbed into the tip of the syringe as the space around you turns black. Zamiel says, now if you would please close your eyes.
That's it.
You close your eyes and you feel the warmth of Zamiel's study once again. The smell of a recently brewed pot of tea wafting through the air. And you open your eyes again and you're back in Zamiel's study. The gem on your chest is now a bright bluish purple. And Zamiel approaches you, removes the crystal and says, "You've done well. That would not be an easy thing for anyone to get through."
Each of them. Belma just looks him dead in the eyes and says, going to be okay.
It will be.
With conviction.
And he moves back over to his desk, places the crystal back on this small part of the desk, which then sinks into itself, folding over, blending in completely with everything else. And he turns to you and he says, "This will show whoever you expose it to what we have both just witnessed."
Thank you. Very gingerly picks it up. Do I need to pay you anything?
Just promise me that you bring this item back in one relative peace. If you can. When you can.
I'll do my best.
That's all that I asked.
It's in her pocket. Goes to leave, doesn't want to say anything more. Just goes to walk out the door. Gets the door, opens it, pauses, doesn't turn around and says, please don't talk to Mersil. And it's not so much a request, it's got an edge to it. Like, you know, one of those, your toys just come alive and giving you a request.
Yeah.
Chucky moment, hey?
Yeah.
I do not think that either myself or the younger Zamiel, which you have met previously, is due to speak to him for quite some time.
Good. And shuts the door and heads back down.
As you head back down, the memory that you have just relived is...
Okay.
You come to the realization that this memory is now trapped within this device. You can still remember it a lot more clearly at this time. But you now have a copy of this. As you reach the bottom of the stairs, what would you like to do?
Are any shops going to be open at this time of the night?
The marketplace is open 24/7.
Belma's going to go to the market, but you can go deal with some other people.
Yllish and Tech.
I'm the king of the world!
Now
Been
look
on
at
that
that
for a while. Half out. That would be something. That was really intense. I'll that one in.
That's okay.
Woo! Can you say I would love to take responsibility for the music cues through that?
They were absolutely perfect.
But it actually just worked out. Like
Yo,
that.
I'm sitting there and occasionally I see you like reach over and do something and I'm like, is Reese picking the music? That is
No.
good.
I was slightly adjusting sound levels for us just so that it doesn't get too high, too low for the mic. But all of that was purely by coincidence. I wish I could take notes.
No. We actually planned all of that.
Yeah.
It's part of all our
I
grand design.
wish I could take fucking responsibility for that.
Yeah,
but
nice.
Yeah, that was well timed.
it was purely just the fucking music track.
That was well timed. Thank you,
Thank you.
music. For
Yeah.
Thank you. Free music track. Cheers.
Yeah.
Woo! I was, yeah.
It's Adrian von Ziegler, isn't it?
Yeah, Adrian von Ziegler, if anyone wants to go check him out.
Thanks, Ada.
I don't know.
Um,
You better subscribe to the Patreon at some point.
yes, but yes. So, what are the two of you doing?
I'm on the back of an owl
Yes.
doing I'm the king of the world after that, literally.
Flying.
Despite the fact that you're a giant owl, this is the equivalent. You know when you're carrying like a lot of heavy shit in a backpack, and you're like, "Wow, I can't really be carrying this too long. I'm starting to get a bit sore. I'm good to do it, but like,
Yeah, I will.
yeah." Like he's not wearing any armor, but he's carrying a lot of shit.
You are got large. You're the same size as me. So there is a.
It's still me.
one of the more intense D&D sessions, and that was just, I wasn't even involved in that. Sorry, guys.
But that's okay.
Where are we landing?
A couple of minutes.
So what's in the surrounding areas outside of the city? There was just was it all farmland?
It's
and all
mostly
that?
farmland. There's some forests to the direction that you guys came from.
I'm gonna head to the forest.
Uh-huh. So this is the forest that you guys passed through to get here in the first place. The very clear road cutting through the tree line deep into the forest. There are some larger trees scattered around, but for the most part it's a pretty dense forest.
I'm sort of. My hand on top of your head is. And you slightly. You off the road into the forest.
Yeah, no, I wasn't gonna go for the road. I
No,
was gonna look for a break in the trees within
That's
the
what I'm doing.
forest, not within the tree,
Mhm.
not where the road is though.
Yeah, I would like to find a nice remote clearing that's nowhere near the road, but we've got a bit of space.
What are your guys' passive perception? Actually, just your perception in general.
My perception is +8.
Plus
So my
eight.
passive is
Passive is 14.
Okay. 10.
This way, it's a giant owl.
Yeah,
I think it also gets advantage for keen sight. So if I was rolling, I'd have advantage on perception checks if you want to factor that in as well.
Roll me a perception check, please, with advantage.
So what is this game? Oh, shit.
Wow.
From a 1 and a 7.
Oh, it was a 1 and a 1.
15.
Still 1 higher than my passive.
It's above 10, that's all that matters. So you spot a few clearings around.
A lot of yellow.
Amidst one of the clearings, you also see a familiar-looking hut. A shack with a large garden scattered around the outside. You vaguely remember this. Roll me a history check.
That's not the druid we met in the woods, is it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I'm going to avoid that.
Yep. Yeah, so you find some other clearings and things that are around. One clearing,
Yeah, we don't want people.
so staying as far away from that area as possible. She's over to the left of you.
Mm-hmm.
You head right.
Yep.
You find a nice little clearing. It looks pretty far away from any of the farmland. It's also far away from the road as well. And it looks like the only thing that would tread through there would be a handful of animals.
Cool.
So you're going to land there?
Yeah, I'm pointing.
Yeah.
I don't really know if you can understand me or not, but I think we should land down there.
Yeah, I'm navigating. Settle down. Don't backseat driving.
I'm the only seat driving.
Yeah, no, like we're both spotted. So yeah, we'll head down there.
Cool.
My landing's probably not particularly graceful.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's not catastrophes or anything, but
You're just trying to avoid the tree line as well.
well, it's more. This is the first time I've landed.
Yeah.
Alright, as soon as you land, I step off and then fall over. That's the first one I've ever flown. So this is whoa.
Actually, roll me con. Just want to see if you get airsick.
I don't. That's something +8. My con says 8, 16.
16, yeah, you're fine. You're like, whoa, this is a bit weird. No, I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine. This
Like when you're on a trampoline for too
It's
long.
weird.
that's basically what I'm
And you
feeling.
expect the
Yeah.
ground to be spongy.
Yeah.
And I'll turn back into my human form,
So
shake myself a little bit.
didn't know
Fun.
you could do that.
And I just learned. Like the other night, Nix came to me in my dreams.
In your stream.
In my dreams, and yeah, she was like, "It's time now," and then he taught me how to fly.
That's kind of cool. I'm not sure I really like it, and next time maybe ask me.
You
Going back
jumped on my back.
Could
remember?
you grab the book?
Going back to
I'm the king of the world!
Yes. I'm being serious now.
I had the book. I already had the book.
Took it off you, then you grabbed it and flew.
No, I never took it out of the bag. You were trying to get that one originally.
It's true.
You were trying to get
Yeah.
Rad, remember?
Yeah, I don't know if I actually really like that flying thing.
So no flying back again.
No. I'll do it.
In the morning, I'll be a different animal.
Like a flying fish.
It'll take a while.
You can take all the rivers.
I was thinking like a majestic eagle.
Yeah, I like eagles.
What about an unmajestic eagle?
A bold one.
Hey,
An actual bold one.
Any
actual
ball
ball.
an act of war? America!
How many bald eagles per gallon?
Depends. How long have they been dead?
What? I say, what's going on in here?
It's actually nice and quiet for a change.
Smell that?
Yeah, sorry.
No, the other smell.
Oh, yeah. Trees.
Yes.
Dirt.
Yeah.
Not people.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna go kill something.
All right.
So where's the book?
In the bag.
Alright, can I have it now then?
Can't stay in the bag.
No.
Why not?
No. What? Remember, strategy's my thing.
Strategy is our thing.
Yeah, but I think we bury the book for now. Then no one's got it. Just for now.
Remember when the dogs came looking for the book?
Mm.
Dogs can dig.
Yeah, but I'll be sitting on where we bury it. So then they've got to get through me, then to dig. I don't want you carrying the book because the dogs. But like we know, dogs can grab people and drag them away. You know, Radon.
Yeah, but I'm a lot tougher than Radon.
Yeah. I mean, he's got.
But if I had the book, if I have the book here, they've got to get through you, and then through me, and then into a extra dimensional pocket space.
Well, if they get through me, then they've got to get through me again. But yeah, I think, look, we'll just bury it. Look, we're carrying it around and stuff, and it's been in the city. Let's put it under dirt. Things are better when
You
you're
can
under
put some dirt in the bag.
We make a bag. Oh, can I have my deer skin?
We'll make. We're gonna book bag dirt
Yeah.
bag. Yes.
Yeah, let's
Right,
get the
pull
deer
out
skin.
the deer skin.
So you're just going to fill up one of the bags with dirt?
No, we're going to make a bag out of the deer skin. The book in that.
Out of the,
And
out of the uncured. Still
So you
fleshy.
It's basically just going to be...
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's a bit... Oh, I should salt it.
Yeah.
I'm going to give my endless bowl of salt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick some leaves off some trees and
Garnish it.
talk to the trees and ask for their protection
Mhm.
and lay them in there as well.
Grandma always said, if you put a line of salt across something, none of the baddies can get through.
Goes out to a bag of salts. That'll be interesting.
We went from all of this to this.
Like I said, Wingus and Dingus.
the comedy relief.
I thought Belma was the Wingus with the comic relief.
It's
And
important to
turns out
cover
I was
all our
wrong.
bases.
Quite literally, we had Wingus, and now
And
now we've
Dingus.
got Dingus.
So,
Or Diggus.
am I allowed to have a
Dig it
read of
all.
this one yet? I finished my other book.
You can try and read it if you want.
Gavin said I'm not allowed to.
I think you looked at the one that Radon had.
Yeah, I haven't read this
Gave
yet.
you a head.
You're not even here.
No, I'm just trying to
yeah.
remember.
Hearing voices.
I mean, you can have a look. I think they were
When
saying
is this
that,
movement?
they were saying that they couldn't read it, but you can try if you want.
Yeah, I can give it a go.
But that might help. That might encourage the dogs to come.
Well,
Dogs out.
to be honest, yeah, I haven't got all of it.
I mean, if we were to summon the dogs when we're prepared for them, that's less that are likely to ambush us.
True. I am always prepared, though. I'm going to try and read the book.
Roll me an intelligence save, please.
Oh.
At
I
disadvantage.
wish Yllish had glasses. I need a little pair of metal glasses just to get out occasionally when I'm owning the
No, you need a monocle.
No one else allowed to see.
The only time he tries to read is when he's alone with Ted.
What am I rolling?
Intelligence at disadvantage.
Saving throw.
You are out of here.
This is not going to end well. That'll be a 6. Oh, let me add my modifier. That'll be a 6.
At least it's not a 5 now.
It could have been a charisma or it would have been worse.
You're quite charismatic.
I'm the opposite of charismatic.
You take 35 points of psychic damage,
Nice.
and you now have disadvantage on any intelligence, wisdom, or charisma saving throws for the next 24 hours.
Intelligence, wisdom. I'm not going to pass any of those anyway.
Probably not going to
Oh
now.
my god, so am I. As you open the book and you try to read the language, but have you ever had a migraine before?
No, blessed.
No,
No,
lucky.
I don't get one.
It's you
I
feel
have
that
taught first years though.
that's close. It feels like a vice grip has bypassed your skull, has been directly placed on your brain and has been tightened very quickly. You feel as if your head is about to split in two. And for Illish's mantra being, I don't feel pain, you feel a lot of fucking pain right now. This
Punch myself
hurts.
in the head.
Yeah,
Right.
that feels better than what you're currently experiencing.
Just
Um,
let's start putting it back in the dirt.
Better.
I like to think that you punched yourself and broke the glasses that you put on.
That'll teach me.
It'll take
Right. Fucking never
Bloody
reading.
reading.
stagger backwards.
Yeah, glasses.
Why do people like books so much?
No one told me
You
they
stagger
hurt.
backwards and you land on your backside and you're rubbing your temples as that intense pain disappears almost as quickly as it arrived the moment Ter removes the book from your hand.
Uncle Jim is right. Ignorance is bliss.
But imagine the worst hangover you've ever had. That's what Yllish is feeling right now.
I just think, Yllish was like, who would ever read books? And then Ellsura was just like,
That's the cut in the TV show where it goes to Ellsura and just...
He's
I
so
didn't like it.
strong.
Maybe we don't read the book.
No. I don't like books anymore. I just don't see the point in keeping it.
To stop other people from getting it.
Well, fine.
You don't want the bad guys to have the super weapon.
Or maybe they should get a headache too.
We'll give them a headache.
I already told you. Alright, I'm gonna more salt.
I'll start blending the salt in with the dirt.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a big goop. We're just gonna cake it. We're gonna make a
Mud
dirt
cake.
salt mud cake with honey and encase the book in it. Then put it in. Then wrap it in deerskin.
Yeah.
Then wrap it in deerskin and cake it in the dirt and honey mixture
And
again.
then I'm gonna bake it over the fire.
Yeah, and we're gonna cook it over a fire, so it's a bread.
I was trying to think of what to make you guys roll to make sure you do all this, but
Survival.
I'm just going to say that you manage, after long enough time, you manage to get the right amount of honey, salt, and dirt together to make a good mixture.
Bit
That
of
you
sap
can...
if there's some good sap around as
Yeah, a
well.
little bit of sap.
Those leaves look pretty good.
Well,
Medieval
that's
concrete.
sort of the you hold it all together as it bakes, so it doesn't burn.
The salt bay.
Yeah.
I'm just watching Ben at the moment, just going.
I use my herbalism kit to collect a few herbs as well. Make sure it's a nice spicy cake.
Yep. Yeah,
Right.
after maybe like an hour, you manage to make this dirt, honey, salt egg, almost.
Excellent.
It's still going to be small enough to fit in the bag of holding though.
Yeah.
Other books.
Yllish, Fabergé egg.
Take
Maybe.
that.
Now,
You said your passive
I've got
18, didn't you, Ted?
Yes.
I've got one little thing I'm going to feature in this. I'm going to carve the symbol of my god actually into it.
Yep. Okay.
That's old god too.
Yeah.
Young gods.
I like it.
He's an old god.
Oh no, my gods are the wild gods that were replaced by the new sexy gods called the old gods.
He's the wild god. That's what I follow. That's why you're a god.
Yeah, so take note of
the
that.
wild gods. not
That'll be important.
I think.
Ted, you have this odd feeling that there's something nearby that is... It's of a natural presence. Could you please make me a perception check?
14.
14. That is enough to notice a small pair of animal beady eyes peering at the two of you. Just off the side. In the darkness. Not necessarily trying to hide, but just watching the two of you.
Hello.
What?
You see a white wolf emerge from the darkness, and it wanders over to where the two of you are, and just
Please keep her at sexual distance.
So,
looks down at the hole and the mess that you guys have made. Then looks back up at the two of you and just tilts its head.
I'll step in front of it. Is this thing going to be a problem?
No, I'm not.
No, it's not.
Apparently it's not. Hey,
Can we help you?
I'm just wondering what the two of you are up to.
digging a hole.
Official druid business. I'm sure you understand.
I understand a lot about the druids.
It's official Yllish business.
Hmm.
I asked the trees. They said it was okay.
Yes, the trees do seem okay with most of it. They're not terribly comfortable with that being around here.
Can you bark?
Well, Wolf, I don't bark. We howl.
They're kind of bad.
So, your bite's not that bad then, if you can't bark.
I mean, I'm not a wolf that is designed for attacking. I'm simply a messenger and a pair of eyes.
You're kind of in practical colour for us.
Yes, well, as I said, I'm merely just a messenger and a pair of eyes.
Don't you transform into something else then?
Oh no, I don't transform.
So you're not real?
I'm sort of real. It's complicated.
You're traveling.
Excuse me.
I'm just poking.
Do you mind?
Do I mind?
I don't think they like being poked.
Oh, I'm just not meaning. I just want to know if you're actually real. Yeah, I watch
It's like-
occasionally ghosts.
Oh, true. But you've seen like animals before, and they're not all ghosts.
Not all. Some of them.
Yeah, but you can usually sort of see through them a bit.
Ah, yes.
I am very much not a ghost. I am a messenger. My name is Barl.
Carl.
Barl.
His barrel is worse than his bite.
Is your like Carl?
Carl!
That kills people, Carl.
My tummy hurt,
My,
but only hands could satisfy.
Superior was wondering exactly what the two of you plan to do with that.
None of his business.
I mean, it's fully his business.
Assuming his gender, of course. But
Well, gods don't necessarily have a gender, but he appears as a...
They
do you have
only,
a gender?
they only have agendas.
Oh,
Their agenda.
I think so.
No, God's got a gender too. So
Oh,
we kind of balance each other out, really.
Gavenus is fully aware of your
Bless you.
gods. Gavenus is the name of my god.
Bless her.
He is the god of the wild.
One of the new ones.
He's, yes, but he's older than the others. Sort of. Well, he was the second oldest, but the other one died. So.
Still one of the new ones.
Well, they all like to say they're really old. I find in the books.
Your gods are much older than most of the newer gods, but Gavenus is actually from your god's time, sort of.
Don't remember any stories about him.
He's not really... He was someone that rose to godhood during your god's reign. It's very complicated.
Just a minute.
Yes.
So why are you watching us?
Yes.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
To make sure that you don't corrupt the earth with that nasty thing that you're
Oh,
speaking.
no intention of doing that.
No. It's kind of the opposite.
Yeah.
Right.
So now it's all
We're using the
packed up.
purity of the earth and nature as a sort of barrier around the corruption.
And the salt stops the evil things from crossing over to it.
Yes,
And now I've got Kavakis carved into it, so
I did notice that, and if you hadn't put that there, that might have ended a little poorly.
yeah, so it's fine
It will help, but try not to leave it here too long.
now. No.
How long are you leaving it here for?
We're not really leaving it. It's staying with us.
So the two of you are going to stay here with it?
Yeah. Problem?
Just overnight.
Nothing's a problem except the book, but again,
That's why it's here. Books cause problems, like headaches. So it's better they're away from other people. That's my general plan. Keep it away from everyone else, then it's not a
Yes.
problem.
yes, well, it's the plan that you came up with a moment ago to read it. I would advise against doing that again.
I'm not going to fight my glasses.
Should always experience everything at least once.
Not everything.
That's what he said. I didn't approve.
Now we know.
Well, at any rate, I will be staying here with the pair of you to make sure that nothing else happens.
Why?
Because I don't know the pair of you that well.
We kind of don't know you.
Oh, that's fully understandable. I'm not going to attempt anything. I mean, look at the pair of you. One of you turned into a giant eagle and flew down here, and the other one is 6 times my size and no doubt 10 times my body weight in pure muscle and anger.
You-
I'm not always. Mostly confused. But
That
yeah.
does not make me feel any better about the situation.
Oh, you'll know where I'm angry.
Yes, I would.
Yeah. It's a thing. It's a thing.
Which is why I'm going to stay over here and make sure that the two of you don't get too involved with that.
I mean, if you know that I was a giant owl, not eagle, because I keep getting then you should know that what I am, and that we hold nothing but the highest reverence to the wild and the natures.
I've seen corrupt druids before. One in particular was quite nasty. But we haven't seen him in ages.
How good are you at doing that magic sort of stuff?
Oh, I don't do magic. I'm simply just a voice and a scout for Gabenus.
Well, bless you. Can they read thoughts and stuff?
Oh, Gabenus is witnessing everything that's going on here.
Oh, well then there's no problem. Then they'll know that we're not going to do anything bad to nature. Like, literally, that's our thing.
As much as you say that, I still like to at least be somewhat present to make sure that it's happening.
Who is this bad druid?
Bad druid? The living rot is his name. But it is.
And what manner of creature is he?
Well, he's not necessarily a creature anymore. It's more of everything nasty that comes about when the land gets corrupted. The living rot is quite literally what he would be perceived as.
No, that's what you get for living in cities all the time, I suppose.
Rot is a natural part of nature.
Rot may be a natural part of nature, but for life to rot away at its mere beginning is not. And that's what he inflicts upon the world around him.
It's like the potatoes. You know, when they all start going mushy. And they're not meant to.
But that's part of the circle of nature.
Think of him as a walking sponge for life energy itself. Anything that he walks near that has any sort of life essence is absorbed into his being, drawn out of anything around him, decaying the land.
Are you right with this for a while?
Wherever
Sorry, my head.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I just go kill something?
You go hunt for dinner.
You're right with Wolfie Boy?
Yeah, just don't kill any white things unless they're ghosts.
Yeah, alright. You hungry?
I'm fine.
Cool. Bye.
Goodbye.
Ugh! I'm gonna go kill a deer.
Yeah, the
I'm gonna
living
deer pop.
The living rot, last I saw it, was somewhere near the neutral zones between territories. He tends to not leave his little hovel that is the vampire's realm of the Lost Province, but he does have his agents that wander around.
Is he a vampire creature?
We're not totally sure. He supposedly started out as
What? No.
He supposedly started out as one, but desired the strength to draw life from others to such an extreme extent that it became something that he could no longer control.
So he was evil and then he learned how to be a druid.
Yes.
So that's someone shouldn't have taught him what they taught him.
Not really, no. It's a little difficult to explain in full, but he learned through many teachers, pieced together knowledge from multiple people, and with his own knowledge of life and death and how it can inflict corruption on everything around it, corrupted the magic that he learned from others and twisted it into something of his own kind. Eventually it took over his own body, and what once was a vampire is now simply just an entity of rot and decay that barely resembles that of humanoid.
So not really a true druid, just more has druidic-like powers.
He was a true druid, but he corrupted what druids are, the idea of druids.
Yeah, I'm going to kill him for that.
Good luck.
But, I mean, if your god can see into me type thing...
Not so much seeing into you, but seeing through me to see what I'm looking
But, like, can he see through you with, like, his godly powers? To see, like, the true nature of things and stuff like that?
Gavenus is more of the would rather do that in person kind of god.
Oh, because if he did that, he would know that I would never harm the land.
He does seem to have a lot of faith in the pair of you.
What?
Did you hear a tree fall?
Sorry, the person that came to my mind then was that girl on the Twitch streamer watching the video of the rabbit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it gets hit with an arrow, she starts crying.
That's basically what happens. It's just a javelin and a deer.
Yeah.
He
And eat it, it's fine.
speaks of meeting you at some point. Would that interest you?
As in he has met me, or he would like to meet me?
He would like to meet the pair at some stage.
I mean, if you like, send a calling card or something.
Oh, he's witnessing this current conversation.
Yeah, but I mean, are we locking down a time and a date now, or is it just more of like,
No, he's sending an invitation.
oh yeah, we like meeting new people.
Just don't be alarmed when you witness it.
In what manner? Is he missing an eye, or something? Does he have a scar on his face?
No, he is the only one of the new gods that does not have his own realm that he dwells within. He actually lives on this plane.
That's not strange.
It is for the newer gods.
The gods, the gods that my people respect and honor, most of them don't even have like a form. They just.
Are you made aware of how the gods have their own avatars that wander this earth and act as their messengers?
I know about Berith. Was it Gyrus?
Yes,
Yeah,
Berith.
yeah, I know some.
Yes, Gavenus doesn't really have one. It's more of just nature itself acts as his eyes and ears.
I mean, that's better in my opinion. There's a lot more nature than just like one avatar.
He can only focus on certain aspects at a time, but I'm sorry, he's... He would like to say thank you
That's alright.
for the Witchwood.
Ah, we're passing by.
Deer's ready.
Well,
Just the one. So you're hungry. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're,
no thank you.
but yeah, you're a dog. You like
I am.
wolves.
I will find myself something to eat.
No, have a leg. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. He sits it in front of him and says, well, I think my orders have just changed.
Yeah, eat up.
I will speak to the pair of you at a later time.
Why?
I have more business to attend.
God would like to meet us.
I hate meeting new people.
No, but like nature people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like not a city person.
Right. Yeah.
I believe you have a kind of map on your person, do you not?
Yeah.
May I see them? Briefly. It will not be damaged.
I'm holding it up.
And he... Barl wanders over and he says, could you lower it to me, please?
Oh, yeah, sorry. You don't.
No. And he sort of...
See, that's where I live. And over there, that's where Grandma used to be. And over here, they're searching around. It's still blank, but there's baddies in there somewhere. And when they find them, I'm going to go kill them. Very simple, really.
Well, you've got enough space down the bottom, which is good.
Yeah, there's a bit empty bit down there.
And he sort of pokes it with his nose, and you see another spot on the map open up, and it looks to be a small village of some kind.
Oh, it's meant to be there.
Yes, that is where Gavenus resides.
Oh!
Oh, so we have to go to him. He's not coming to us.
He cannot leave where he currently lives.
What's that?
Oh.
Just expected Yllish to be like,
It's-
suck shit on my map.
It might be... It's a tad difficult to explain, but he's tethered to where he currently rests. The origin of lycanthropy needs to remain where it is.
Is it what?
The origin.
He's a werewolf. He made all the werewolves.
Oh,
it was
cool.
the first.
He's
Oh,
the
cool.
werewolf god.
Yeah, we like werewolves.
Hmm.
Most of them are generally pretty good people.
Werewolf.
At any rate.
Werewolf.
They're
They're
really good boys.
Yeah.
And girls. And days, and days.
We had a werebear actually live with us in the village for a little while. He was a really good healer.
Where again?
Right.
Yeah, just the...
I think that will...
How come we never knew about him then if he's so close to home?
Because that village keeps very hidden from everything.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever heard of the village of the Cursed?
Ah, it is hidden then, isn't it?
It's very hidden.
I told you about them.
What?
Doctor has told you about them.
No, it's
Oh,
not.
yeah, actually. No, the curse. Yeah, actually, I
The
think
look
so.
of absolute betrayal on your face, man.
Motherfuckers, don't listen!
That's why there are bite marks in his book.
No, that's another reason these
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, crap.
Village of the Cursed. Was that the place where the tree was, that where people didn't keep their mouths shut, the fucking tree died?
No, I'm not quite sure what you're talking about, but...
No, it must be another
That
village.
was just a flawed analogy.
What's it now? No, village. Yeah, I think I kind of remember. Maybe. Oh.
Well, apparently
Brain
I have
hurts a little bit.
compatriots which might know a bit more about.
Yeah, I reckon.
So do we have to like let him know we're coming, or just when we're in the area? We
When
stop
you're in
by?
the area, just swing by and say hello.
Yeah, right.
We
We will...
have to bring like a gift or something.
Oh, no.
What's his
Just-
favorite food?
His favorite food?
Just like, can you like sever the connection between you and him, just so it can be a surprise?
Unfortunately, I cannot, but...
Yeah, we'll just find something.
Yeah, we'll find his
He-
favorite food.
He's a lichen. I'm sure you
So
understand.
he likes everything.
What is he? Okay. Slightly related to moss?
Yeah, that was my next one.
He votes for him.
I'm sure you can think of what a werewolf might like to eat.
Yeah.
Bark.
If Tobias is anything good.
At any rate, I'll leave you to it.
Yeah.
Good luck,
Yeah. Thanks.
Thanks.
and good luck.
Thanks.
And he picks up his deer leg and wanders back into the forest.
That was fucking random.
Much better than the city, though.
Yeah, and it's not often a wolf comes up and speaks.
It would
Well,
never happen in the
not
city.
You're wandering around in probably the most dense part of this forest.
Lucky I
It's
wasn't.
the most
With a
dense-
corrupted
it's the most
book.
dense forest.
Lucky I wasn't there.
Yeah, you would get bitten.
No, I would have seen it just trying to kill it. I'm the fucking dog.
Come to finish me, have you?
Well, yeah, random.
I just want to point out as well. Isn't there a second map that the peoples have? That every time they just got to look at their map and just go,
Yeah.
"What the fuck?
They've all got the same map.
Like, where the fuck did that come from?"
She'll never have to.
Someone just spilled oil on my map. You know when a dog comes up and poops you and just leaves a little wet mark?
Well,
What happened?
Yeah.
so that's just a thing that happened then, is it?
Yeah. The god wants us to come to dinner.
All right.
That's not every day that happens.
No, it happens reasonably regularly,
Why?
voice in my head. It's surprising how little it happens actually, around humans. It used to happen all the time at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's how we met. You suddenly appeared and changed and everything.
Gods visited all the time.
Alright, so that's sorted. I'm going to cut off the rest of this skin and wrap it up in that too. And then just like do a nice little ribbony thing and stitch it together.
Yeah, we can use some of the sinew.
Yeah. And the idea is to stitch it so it's sealed completely.
You just killed another deer. You could just use the whole skin of that.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Stitching it up with the sinew.
You're gonna get a present.
Oh, it's going to look fine. It's going to be about this big.
You're
Wrapped completely in deer skin. If you open it, it's got the god symbol carved in front of it.
Pass the parcel.
Do you still have any of the skulls?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Can we put it inside one of the skulls?
No, no.
Yeah.
Because the skull,
Oh, that's right.
the
It's from the
skulls are
creature.
fucked up. So we don't want to
And
put
they're
the
from
thing.
they're from the corrupt
No,
creatures.
keep them separate.
Yeah.
Even with natural animals
That's
and the
right,
good
yeah.
things. Yeah.
They're natural to the plane they come from.
Alright.
It's just that plane is pretty fucked up.
Once we're settled in, you finished hunting?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to cast a spell that's going to make it hard to move around outside of our little area.
Let me get water.
Alright.
Let's just go and gather whatever supplies. I'll
Yeah.
work
Yep.
the rest of the night.
What was it? Where was it? Level 3, plant growth.
Get rid of
All
it.
normal plants within a 100-foot radius centered on the point become thick and overgrown.
Yep.
Creature's movement through this area spends 4 feet for every 1 foot of movement.
Giggity.
The area, you can exclude one or more area from any size within the spell area. So we've got our little campsite. That's not
It's
overgrown.
getting really tight in
And
there.
then the approach from every direction is going to be difficult. Double difficult terrain.
Yeah.
No double D, eh?
So,
And that doesn't stop.
How you gonna
There's no duration on that. We're flying.
Oh, so it only goes up.
so the most dense part of the forest,
It's just
with
got
the most
denser.
dense person in it, just got denser. You
Yeah.
can like,
Yeah.
reach critical mass soon and it's like you implode on
The density. It's
Yeah.
too high.
We were worried about you touching the book, but it turns out they just create a black hole of stupidity.
gravitational anomalies.
It's reflecting on itself and I'll just become extremely intelligent.
I'm extremely
What you made up the tower is just going to be like,
Birds flying over.
Samuel's just like, yeah, that wasn't me. I'm pretty sure that wasn't me.
Alright.
other me?
If we settle then, let's settle in for the night.
Yep.
Cool. So you guys are going to settle in for the night?
If you want to sleep, I can set a friend to watch for us for 4 hours.
Yeah, if I do the first watch and then that does the second watch and I'll do the last one.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I can have that one. No, that only lasts 1 hour, doesn't it? No, this one will last 4 hours. The other ones only last 1 hour, so they can't do a watch. Yeah, never mind.
Oh, you should do 2 watches anyway. Yeah.
Cool.
But
All right. So before night falls, Belma wanted to do a bit of shopping.
Can we have a break?
Yes, we'll have a quick break.
Yeah, I've been holding my pee break since
Yeah,
you
that's
finished
fair.
with Belma last
That
time.
is fair. Sorry.
All right, guys, we're going to take a very, very quick break. So, 10 minutes or so. But just before we do, just a quick thank you to for the follow. I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce your FHDTD, Orchid
it's just-
Twilight for the follow, and Battlebug for the follow. Thank you guys for the follows.
Thank you.
Back in about 10 minutes or so with small roleplay.
excellent.
Be right back.
Peace out.
And we're back.
Welcome back.
Hello, everybody. Well, just a quick shout out just as we're starting up again. Thank you, Jessica Rabbit, for the follow. Super appreciate it.
So,
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's get back into it.
Right. So, I believe we're about to start this shopping segment of tonight's session with Belma. Was anyone else interested in going to the market at any point as well?
I would like to, but there is
Shenanigans happening.
Well, I believe all the money went with Dan.
That is
So-
true.
we're
Yeah, I won't get to do any shopping until later on. But what time is it actually?
It's getting close to like 8, 9-ish at night. It's about 8:15. I would
Now
say.
the Queen and all that, they had meetings.
They had finished their They would have probably finished their meetings for the day.
we were to meet them in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
At about 10:30, 11 o'clock.
I'll be going back there now, without the rest of the party.
Now.
Whilst I've got a moment without everybody else. So
Right. Well,
What's your problem?
We'll go with Belma first.
Belma heads back out looking for Mr. 3
Yes.
to retrieve her pack.
Ram.
sorry, guys.
Belma wants to retrieve her pack. I'm just gonna hold this.
Okay.
So you hear a polite cough down your ankle.
I open up my. Well, I don't drop it. I'm gonna hand it to you.
Thank you. And goes to wardrobe and stops for a minute. Now put your foot in your face.
What?
It's not that kind of stream. Sorry. Turns back, so she feels a bit rude for how she behaved before. Would you like to come shopping with me?
I shrug, and I go.
So, E.T. Away, Rob.
Our viewership just skyrockets.
And we lose all our current followers.
So every time I go live, I just ask for Rob for feet pics.
I know what the people demand.
Question,
When he's
actually,
finally opens that OnlyFans, he accepted Rob's feet instead.
DM.
Yes.
No. Let's donkeys are aliens. Let's. These schematics for my armor.
Yes.
Would I be able to find someone in the market to schematicize them into something real?
Well, they're already in a physical form.
I meant, like, can someone build those things into something on me or?
In the marketplace, probably not, but you
No,
would be
so
able to
you-
purchase the materials needed, or trade for the materials.
And I know what's,
Yes.
and I can read what's on it, what I need.
Mhm.
What's on?
So most of it's pretty basic stuff: iron, tempered steel. But the standout ingredient is electrum. It's a kind of metal that's used for currency, but it's also used for weaponry, and it's very sturdy. It's like it's magic without actually being magic.
Yeah, that's essentially mithril. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
An electrum. How much of that do I need?
Not a whole lot. About a quarter of what the materials you need is about an electrum. The rest of it is mostly just tempered steel.
How much would that cost me to find?
It would depend on where you would go. It's a bit hard to tell how much it would cost. Prices have probably changed a lot since 600 years ago.
So would the currency that I'm carrying now, say I was...
It would be very old currency, and if you
So-
could find the right people, you could probably get a decent coin out of what you have in terms of trade.
Is there like a money lender, like an exchange place in the market?
You're not sure, but
Most larger towns.
Could I?
Region
I'm gonna just
Yeah.
quickly
it would be some.
stop Belma and show him the coins that I have. Show her the coins that I have and say, is this worth anything?
These are really old coins. You've never seen anything quite this old outside of a museum.
Yes.
Will they work as currency now, or should I change?
Oh
them?
no.
Oh.
But I imagine they'll work as more of the modern currency,
Excellent. Then let's
given the right person. But what are they made of?
go. I hand you a coin and you can figure out what they're made of.
So they're made of.
That's Richard.
Yep.
While I'm walking to the front.
Mm-hmm. So these coins have a lot more silver content in them than coins nowadays. Silver is when you get silver coins, only a small portion of them is silver. The rest is iron or steel, or whatever else that can mix into it. Because silver is now more valuable as a armament. So silver-plated weapons and armor to defend against monsters. Whereas these coins are pretty heavy with the silver. They've got a much higher silver percentage with them than what more modern coins are. So these would probably fetch a better price at a blacksmith more than they would anywhere else. Either a blacksmith or a museum of some kind that you could sell them to get a substantial amount of coin out of them. But a blacksmith would froth at the mouth at the amount of silver that's in these coins.
Hands it back. They have a lot of silver, but they're also very old. So a collector may pay more, although, well, look at the prices at the last blacksmith we saw. I imagine they'd fetch quite a bit there. But they quickly cease being the item they are.
Well, let's find a blacksmith.
Sure.
So the pair of you head to the markets.
Yeah.
So
Go to a blacksmith first because Belma still feels guilty about how rude she was.
well, okay. So the main blacksmith in town is currently shut, because it is quite late at night. It's getting close to maybe 8:30 p.m. There is someone who is closing up at the blacksmith, an apprentice of some sort.
Excuse me.
Yes, may I help the pair of you?
I'm hoping so. We were wondering how much these are worth. And turns to you.
I have 400 of them.
400 of these old coins.
Well, I put 400 gold pieces on out of my, whatever I had left, but maybe it's I don't know.
You've got
Let's just say
you got a good chunk of pay from.
I got 25 gold pieces from that. Hang on, let me get there it is. There we go. Yeah, I've got 500 all up apparently, so upgrade some stuff. The lightning strike, sorry about that. I don't know. How many would you say I had?
Well, the ones that are intact still,
Yes.
probably about 250 to 300, so probably about 275. About half of what you've got are the perfectly intact old gold coins. Mix of, yeah.
All right.
The rest are either your new shiny currency or some of the older coins that are a bit beaten and battered,
Yeah.
which would probably still be worth a bit to a blacksmith.
Yeah.
But
Just
the
go
more
275.
intact ones would be worth more to a historian collector.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just show him then.
His eyes sort of bulge and he's... Some of those are intact.
More impressed by the coins than the Warforged that's older.
This kid's mind is blown. He doesn't look any older than maybe 15, 16 years old. And his mind is just blown right now. Because he heard your voice, turns around, sees you, and then sees a Warforged, who then hands him a bag of 600-year-old coins, half of which are perfectly intact. And he's just...
befuddled.
Well, I can't say how much they'd be worth. The head smith here would certainly know. I'm just an apprentice.
Oh, good. Is he about?
No, he left to go home about an hour ago. I'm just finishing up cleaning the shop.
Oh.
We'll be open at 5 in the morning, if that helps.
I look at Belma and just nod and pick up my sack. In the bits.
Otherwise, there's collectors that are at the marketplace. Just make sure you go to the downstairs marketplace, not the upstairs one. The upstairs will be mostly closed anyway. I'm sorry, but who are the pair of you?
Oh, I'm Belma, and this is Mr. 3.
Nice to meet you, Belma and Mr. 3. If you do come back here tomorrow and I'm not here, let the head smith know that you've spoken to Cedric.
Affirmative.
Lots of nodding.
And he says, if you'll excuse me, I need to finish what I need to do here. And he wanders back over to the corner that he was messing around with some of the weapons and things, cleaning them up, and just basically picks them all up in one pile and walks into the back room and says, goodbye! And
Goodbye.
the door shuts and you hear it lock shortly after the clang of weapons being dropped. This kid is either tripping balls
He's
or...
done for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have that effect on teenagers, apparently. Anyone who stays me.
This teenager doesn't give a shit about you.
Well, it seems like she's
Teenager.
It seems like she's got some form of shits about me.
I remember she was actually 14.
Yeah, Belma's trundling off to the market.
I follow along and then
Excellent.
grab Belma by the back and put her on my shoulder.
No struggling this time. Thank you.
So as you arrive at the marketplace, most of it seems fairly quiet, but there are a set of stairs that lead down. There's these large gates that one half of these gates is painted blue and the other half is painted red. As you approach the gates, you hear a vaguely familiar
One always
voice.
tells the truth. The other one always lies.
You hear a vaguely familiar voice saying, "Ah, I was wondering when I would see one of you again, Miss Belma,
That's
was it?"
Julian. So help me.
It's not Julian.
Oh, thank gosh.
Roll me a history check, please.
People shopkeeper.
Oh. Ooh.
They said they had a brother in the
15.
Yeah, there's two brothers. There's two of them total.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is the tiefling that you met previously, who gave you the infinite ball of yarn some time ago.
Am I sure it's them, not their brother?
You are sure, because that tiefling was bright red.
Excellent.
I was wondering when I would see your group here again.
Hello.
Yes, I'm not sure you... Do you fully remember me?
Yeah.
We've already met.
Yes, excellent. And your friend?
Oh, he wouldn't remember you.
No, I don't think so. We haven't met, have we? No. Sorrow. It's a pleasure to meet you. And he bows very
Sorrow?
politely. I've written down their actual name somewhere, but I'm pretty sure it was Sorrow and Misery.
It's in
Captain
X
Sorrow
instead
was
of
my
Z.
character in Rob's Stride game.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Is he a pirate?
No.
Captain Jack Sorrow.
Jack Spade.
It was Jack Spades, actually.
Any friend of Belma's and her group is a friend of mine and my brother's.
Charmed.
Not yet. But hopefully soon.
That's right.
As you can probably tell, the above market is unavailable, but the downstairs market is still very much open for business.
Actually, you might help. I'm after a puzzle box.
A puzzle box?
Yes. One that Yllish can open.
One that Yllish can open.
I know it's an ask.
Are you sure you're after a puzzle box? Or just a normal box?
Belma quietly giggles to herself. A normal box might be too difficult.
I'm sure Yllish would find a way to open an old box. He tends to think outside of them sometimes. Breaking a box, certainly.
Oh no. He needs to work for it.
So you would like something sturdy, but not too difficult.
Yes, about half an hour's worth of difficulty.
Come with me.
That's
And
why
he
always
begins
has
to...
that patience.
He unlatches the entrance to the downstairs market and politely gestures for the pair of you to wander down.
I look at you up on my shoulder and go,
Belma nods. You're in your legs down at the moment.
As you begin to descend the stairs, you hear more music, more bustling, voices talking, auctions happening in the background. The clatter and clang of metal objects being passed around from one table to another. And the music sounds live, as if a band is playing in the area itself. The tiefling, Sorrow, follows you downstairs and gestures to the marketplace before you, which... It was a fairly hefty set of stairs you had to descend.
width or girth? Girth or length?
Both. Fair way down. About
Well endowed stairs then.
similar length of stairs to Zamiel's keep, but
Down.
stretched out and straight down.
The builder was compensating.
This entire marketplace is completely different to the upstairs market. The upstairs market is more of a stereotypical fresh produce looking market, little stalls here and there, nothing too
Fun
fancy.
market.
This is the fun market. There's different kinds of lanterns and lights scattered around,
This is
illuminating
the
the
market you
environment.
don't steal things from.
Yeah.
This is
It's all the extra lighting because it's a black market.
Black light.
Sorrow says, "Welcome to the Fey markets. This is my marketplace. My brother handles the upstairs market. I manage everything down here. And everyone that is a seller down here works for me."
At that, I take out one of my damaged coins and show you it.
He takes it off of you and, oh my, a little worse for wear, but still acceptable currency down here. Some of the beings down here have been alive for almost as long as you have, correct? Assuming you've been alive for this length of time and not rebuilt.
That's a little rude. He's practically brand new.
I can tell it's immaculate condition.
Bet you a pretty penny down here. They're wanting to sell.
You've got a bit
Top shop's getting ready.
So I can assume that aside from the puzzle box, you would be after something as well.
I am
Trying to get those coins exchanged somewhere.
yes, correct. And I also show him the schematic and point at the.
Oh, yeah, he needs those.
I think I know just the individual for you to speak with. And he, with a flick of his wrist, you see this small scroll appear, and he hands it to you and says, "That is a map of the underground markets. If you simply speak of which stall you wish to visit, it will illuminate a path from where you currently are to where the stall is. Jardy's Emporium." And you see a line appear on the map from where you all are from where the two of you are currently standing, that guides a perfect line straight to where it's
like
the
the
stall
two.
is.
It's like Google Maps.
Yeah,
Marketplace.
That's what it is, isn't it?
Pretty much.
Promise I'm up to no good.
If you simply follow that line, it will disappear as you walk along it, but if you backtrack and walk back, it will reappear. So
Do a U-turn in
You-
200 meters.
You have a waypoint.
That's it.
Yeah.
It unfortunately only works whilst you are down here in markets, but
Because the cellars are always understairs.
it should prove to be more than helpful down here.
Mate, the door's over there. So I look up at Belma and then go and just start following the map.
Oh, and try to be as polite as you can. Some of the patrons and sellers down here are not well, I wouldn't use the word sensitive, but they're here for a very specific reason and cause, and sometimes saying the wrong thing can let them out. And you see almost a fade of colour wash over Sorrow's eyes for a moment before they go back to normal.
I'm sure I can manage that. Can I get the puzzle box on the way out? Bill was like calling.
Oh, yes, the puzzle box should... I can sort that out for you whilst your friend sorts out his materials, and I'll have the puzzle box ready for you when we come in.
Thank you. Good to see you again.
It's a pleasure to see you too. And it's a pleasure to meet you. And he wanders back up the stairs, hands behind his back. As you now stare out at the marketplace around you, there are all manner of individuals between Dragonborn, Goliaths, gnomes of various kinds, dwarves, humans, elves, everything that you can think of, either selling merchandise or buying it.
I've got someone who can shop with me. Off you go.
So we just follow the we don't go like as fast as you can. We'll just take a reasonable window
I
shopping.
don't see you rushing anyway.
I don't really rush
No.
unless
Just
there's
save those
something to
joints.
shop.
Living
So we
stairs.
just walk,
Yep.
trying to not knock people over with my immense bulk.
Yeah, well, for the
Yeah.
most part, if people bump into you, they quickly reply with, "Oh, apologies," or "Sorry."
That's good.
You can
Everyone
stay-
down here seems unusually polite.
Yes.
Apologies, sorry. Ow.
Everyone
Yeah,
walks
like,
away
oh,
from me with a bit of
oh, God.
Dad, I dislocate that.
I mean, it's so big, you could almost say you're a bit of a unit.
I am module. He's a bit of a module.
Module.
Big module. All right. So yeah, we're just going to continue our way to Jemima's. Whatever her name was. Jari. Jemima. Open the
Jardin Emporium.
So, as you arrive,
square window.
Goes in the
You,
square.
you follow the path and you eventually arrive at one of the biggest stalls you've seen down here. It looks more like a small building that's on the inside of this underground marketplace. And it's got Jardy's Emporium inscribed on the top.
This would be our place.
It's got another couple of inscriptions underneath it in various languages. What do the pair of you speak?
Probably common and Elvish.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I would say because
Elves and dwarves that would have built you. Assistant.
no, languages would be
Common, Elvish, dwarf.
languages. Yes, Elvish and
Yes.
I think.
language. Yes, please.
Not recall. One moment. I don't often have to look it up. Common, gnomish, and undercommon.
An undercommon. One of the languages you understand is undercommon, which it just says Jardy's Emporium in an undercommon.
Mhm.
There's a lot of undercommon down here, actually. More of it than there is common.
You would say it's common, uncommon.
Yes. Yeah, so there's a few people you can see walking around on the inside, and they all look like they're working. Like they're people that work at this particular stall. What do you do?
Walk in.
Dom is just polite. as
Yep,
you
so
do
there's
the
like
shoulder.
two little gates that open up like saloon doors type deals. And you wander in and you hear a voice speak out, "Ah, customers, how can I help you?" And the voice is coming from what appears to be a humanoid tiger.
He has wares if you're willing to buy them.
Yes, great if you have coin.
Yes.
Oh, I do have coin.
I haven't seen the likes of the two of you down here before.
Well, I don't imagine you've seen the likes of him ever.
Not recently, at least. My name is Jardy. I own this emporium. How may I help the people?
I show him a coin, and I show him just the bits that I need from the schematic.
He takes the coin and he goes, well, I haven't seen a coin like this in quite some time. Your old stash, perhaps?
Yes.
That is
Robot Mario!
Please,
still a better Mario than Chris Pratt.
Excellent.
Last game.
Yeah. Oh, please, just no.
Let's go.
Yeah, watch that. Do that again.
Thanks for mate. I only just got over that.
Anyway, back to
Reese
reality.
Barclay.
So you are looking to get these materials to upgrade yourself, are you?
Correct. And maybe some more. I have.
Let's see
Lots.
what I have here. I have a little bit of everything, but not quite everything. I've been
Yes,
here
because
for a
of course,
while.
where would you put it?
Exactly. Allow me to take a quick look. Please feel free to browse the rest of the store while I am gone. I'm sure you might find something else you'd enjoy. An unusually wicked smile spreads across his face as he then disappears into the back of the shop.
Would you like down?
Bill was looking around the shop at all the lovely things that she would love to look at and touch and play with. And then, in very uncharacteristic restraint, goes, no.
Okay.
And fidgets.
So the two of you are out here maybe for a minute, 2 minutes, and then
We just get Belma a fidget spinner or something like that. Something to occupy herself with.
get Belma a puzzle box.
A hard
What
one.
about
One that she can not figure out.
What
I
about
don't think she'll have
a Chinese finger trap?
Belma in a puzzle box.
Buy a puzzle box that doesn't actually have an
Now,
Like,
why,
it's not meant to be opened. You just sit there and fiddle with it thinking that you can.
why did every time you mention getting a puzzle box for Yllish, I just imagine it being a Kong?
Yeah.
You put food
Oh,
inside.
God.
He's gonna try and get it out.
I want to get it out.
Put all the peanut butter right at the small end.
Yeah. Look over Yllish.
And you're on the floor like a dog using the
Except it's like a bacon strip stuck inside of it.
You needed that during the Queen interaction, didn't you?
Yeah. Just crack it.
Imagine that royal audience.
Oh no.
Jeez.
Right.
Ellsura better come with a great idea.
Yes. So Jardy wanders back out and he has this box that he's carrying with both of his arms and he lays them down on a counter nearby and says, I believe these are what you're after, and opens up the box like a suitcase almost, and inside is pristine metals and materials that you require in the exact amount that is specified in the schematics. I unfortunately may not be able to apply them as I am just a mere collector for the most part.
Price.
Price? How many of those coins have you got? Because I'm hoping it's enough.
Belma interrupts. It's like, no. How many do you need?
For the materials, if you've got 200 of those coins, that would more than suffice.
Well, if it's more than sufficient, how many do you need to be just sufficient?
Just sufficient. I like.
Well, you see, he still has to get it built.
That's true.
I like this guy.
150.
Done.
Yeah, Belma just nods.
Excellent.
Shopping's not my
Forte.
forte. This is my first shopping experience.
Belma owes you. So-
Jardy stretches
Yeah, I
out
like the cutting up.
a clawed paw as a handshake to prove that we
You
conducted
grab
business.
it and you shake it up and down.
Almost.
Yeah.
Jardy accepts the handshake and he says, "Thank you."
Yeah.
Now, is there anything else I can help the pair with?
I'm still looking around all the things. No.
What do I put? I'll just put that as
Oh.
I'll just put
Where
that
could we get it built?
schematics bits.
Built?
Material.
Oh, I'm sure if you take that to the blacksmith in town, he'll sort you out.
Oh, good.
There is also a blacksmith wandering around.
Where?
Thank you. Down here, but he might come at a bit of a different price.
Oh,
We're like,
cool things.
It would be
Yeah.
a more thorough and, well, a higher quality job, but much more expensive than the mortal blacksmith up in the city.
well, it's your body.
My choice.
That's
True. Where?
Well, do excellent. Right. And you see a small spot on the map light up. That is the blacksmith you need to go and speak with. Just don't be too alarmed. Forger's blacksmith. He's not very original with his name. Is that all?
Yes, thank you. We'll be off now.
Regards.
Don't forget your box.
Oh,
Yes, don't forget that.
just double check everything's in there.
And the coins. Sometime later.
3 hours later.
Hey guys, just to break up the roleplay just for 2 seconds.
Yes.
Mystic, thank you for the raid.
Hey, hello!
Cool. How you all doing? I hope you had a good time. We're just in the middle of some roleplay, but thank you so much for the raid.
We will. Right, let's walk to Forger's blacksmith.
Buying weird metal off of weird cat people.
I'm pretty sure I just crushed his little paw, but
No, he looks fine. He walks you guys to the exit of his emporium and stops basically right at the exit.
he's a magic tiger.
Yeah, that's
He's
why.
a genie, isn't he?
Yeah.
No, he's not a genie.
Ah.
That's part of the reason Belma had a bit more restraint in the shop.
He's a little bit more dark than a genie.
I've probably done something terrible, but anyway.
No. We
No.
should.
All right, we continue our way to the blacksmith.
Yes. So you arrive at the blacksmith, and the main thing that you notice is fire. Humanoid fire. Working away at the blacksmith.
Perfect profession.
He turns and he says, "What can I do for you two?"
I hold up my schematic. Well, I actually get my schematic out of my little thing and place it on his. Does he have a bench that's not on fire?
Yes.
Yeah, bench that's
He,
not on fire.
he and his forge are the only things that are on fire.
All right, cool.
Right.
Oh, and then I put my thing of materials on them.
Okay, so it's the second thing I was thinking of, because for a moment there I thought you wanted me to make another one of you, and I was like, well, whatever you want, mate, but that makes more sense to upgrade you, I'm assuming. Yeah,
Correct.
alright. How's your pain tolerance?
No pain.
We'll find out in a second. Anyway, come on in. Yeah?
How much?
We'll negotiate that when he survives. If.
Well,
You got this all from Jardy, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Did he tell you?
What?
Well, for the process of this going on to you, I've got to take all the old shit off.
That's how I upgrade.
Yeah.
I know that.
I'm not.
All right.
That's not great. I didn't.
Okay.
Question: are you going to keep the bits you take off me?
Well, you could do with them what you want.
Can we trade them for services?
I mean, it'd lessen the price, but
So let me get this straight. In my most robotic logic ever, you're going to take the bits, you're going to take me in, and if I survive upgrading me, then I'll pay.
yeah,
Fuck it, let's go.
if you don't survive, then it's free.
Robots don't laugh.
I
Oh, wait, yeah, mine does.
have another question.
Yeah.
No, this is my laugh.
How do we know we can afford it? Well, hang on. How do you know we can afford it?
Mhm.
Look, you spoke to Sorrow at the entrance, didn't you?
Oh,
Yeah. The Master's got a pretty good way of judging people on whether or not they can afford services down here.
1 minute, Mr. Three.
Yes.
This isn't a monetary cost. You know how you had jobs to do.
Yes.
This may end up being another one.
Another job.
Yes.
Somewhere.
Will I get paid?
dollars itching.
No, that would be your payment.
That's okay.
Are you sure?
I'm good at all kinds of jobs.
Just wanted you to know and be fully aware. It's not money.
Alright, so we're talking kind of like a deal with the devil, if you will.
Yeah, but
get
try to put it into robot terms.
Robot terms.
Yeah.
But the Squid
It's-
Pro.
So I'm trading for services instead of goods.
Yes, except you are saying yes now and being told what it is after.
For higher quality goods.
Yes. That party is definitely going to.
I just want to know what the job is now.
Are you saying this out of earshot to Forge?
She's like literally on.
She's sitting on my shoulder, bro.
I'm having a moment.
My little gnomish parrot.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Code of Silence.
Mhm.
Yeah, so Forge is just kind of sitting there waiting.
Stage whispers.
I'm gonna grab my schematics and my briefcase of. Wait, no.
Yeah.
That bastard tiger's gonna rip me off, and they're gonna disappear when I walk out of the market, aren't they? I'll just put it in his head now. It's gonna happen. Oh, mistakes were made, but
I mean, it's your decision, but just so you're fully aware.
do have a very big sword. What do I do? Oh, okay. You know that scene in Futurama when he buys this does this race, then too bad to the next ray. Yeah. You don't need your lungs anymore. Oh, my sperm. Yeah. Let's do it.
You doing it?
Yeah.
All right.
I have back alley surgery. I'm alright.
Yeah. That's pretty much what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Back alley surgery.
All right. So that is a
do you want-
confirmation.
Do you want me to turn around?
Make sure he does everything.
Okay.
Don't worry, you'll be witness to everything that happens. Do not worry.
Belma's secretly nodding, glad she's left to turn around. She's like fascinated.
Now, before we
Inside
begin,
of Forge.
and he stretches his flaming hand out, which dulls into more of a coldish. Yeah. Right. Now, if you would, please lay down for me on my workbench. And
I
he
lie down.
clicks his fingers and shutters to the forge drop, blocking you off from the market outside. Now, if either of you are not happy with what's currently going on, you may stop at any time and it will come at a significantly reduced fee.
So I could get 99% upgraded.
And it will be a little bit less than if you were 100%. But if you stop at 20% upgraded, it'll be 20% of what the full price will be. You will only have to pay me for as much work as I've done.
And he'll still be him, right?
Yeah, I'm just changing his armor on the outside. He'll still be him on the in.
Not sits down. Belma's happy with that.
You prosthetics, man. I'm used to it.
Are you ready? Excellent.
I just hope when he's done, it's actually a foot shorter.
Can you roll
I'm
me?
literally just unscrewing an arm and screwing a new arm on.
Yeah,
That was
can
the-
you roll
the
me-
whole
Oh,
thing.
Can you roll me a Constitution saving throw, please? One of 3 that you will need to roll.
Constitution saving throw. Where's my...
It's just a light bulb. Changing the light bulb in him, that's it.
Use Spark Club. Spark Club.
Clean the pots.
That's not good. That's not good.
Oh, that's really
That's not good. That's an 11.
Ooh, I mean, 11 is above a 10. That's what matters there.
One about 10.
Okay. So, as the first few plates begin to be removed from your body, you weren't quite sure what people meant when they said they were in pain up until right now.
Oh, good.
This hurts, and you don't understand the concept of hurt, really. You know that you can inflict pain on others, but right now you're like, wow, ouch.
So this might be one of those, like,
It's an episode of empathy.
this is, yeah, maybe this is where some of my soul comes from. If I only had a soul. Okay.
Roll
Ouch.
me a second Constitution saving throw.
That's not good either.
Oh, no.
It's only one bigger than the last one.
But the last one worked.
The last one was good, but
That was slightly less plain now.
okay.
So the last one was, it was like, ow, that hurts a lot. This one's like, holy sweet mother of Christ.
I don't know who that is.
Sweet mother of, where's my list of gods?
I don't have a god.
Zerlios is the god of creation. That'll be close enough. Or Hela, the goddess of war. Probably
Dos.
close
I'll
enough.
just start singing Danzig's Mother. Mother!
Okay. And for your final Constitution saving throw.
This is only going to be one bit than the last one. It's 20. It's a dirty 20. It's a dirty 20.
Gotten all the nerves you got at this point.
It was the champ.
Now I've just got a twitch.
Excellent.
Pulling the
How many hundred hit points do I take off?
So, you overall only take 12 points of fire damage
Okay.
as these new body parts are welded onto you. However, because it went so well, please improve your armor class by 1.
Oh no, I'm class 23.
That's okay, you can still get fireball.
Doesn't help you with the deck save.
Save for intelligence save.
That's what I'm here.
This whole time, Belma's been going like,
my next question.
oh, the
How
horror!
do I do that?
Like,
You can make a note of it for now.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
Oh no.
But yes, so you now have
I
a plus
can't
1 to
bear
your
to
armor
watch
class.
anymore.
And you are now in a brand new lot of armor plating.
The Emperor's new clothes.
In my ride.
No,
Hint
that's
my
right.
I
ram.
was going to say, you are
Yeah.
butt naked, so everything you clothes is pretty appropriate.
I like it.
Nice.
Yeah,
No,
so
you're going to come in and go know what's going to happen.
Anthony,
I don't actually know
I know.
even showing
As
me
you-
my armor.
our finished forge says, what do you feel?
No different. Shiny.
Good! No different is good. If you told me you felt like if you're missing like an arm or a leg or something, I've crossed a wrong
I
line.
quickly just check both my arms and then they're there. And then my legs.
You've got a proofer here to make sure that you've got everything? Does he look
You
alright?
look very smart.
I don't kiss because robots can't kiss. But
It's just a
That's an upgrade we couldn't afford.
yeah.
Alright.
Big old robot lips.
well. How does
Some Mick Jagger lips on the robot.
Auto kiss, auto kiss.
Jesus? All right.
Can we just upgrade you at one point where you just go, what about these guns? And the guns actually coming up.
I'm the wrong kind of artifact.
All right. Well,
Well, I am going to upgrade my shuriken launcher at some point, so.
if you are happy with your upgrade, then shall we discuss payment?
We're gonna have to, aren't we? Yes.
Well, I'd say between making sure you don't pass out or die, the fact that you brought the materials to me was a reduction. So I'm going to say about 60 gold coins.
Oh, easy.
And the spare parts.
That's with the reduction of the spare parts.
Oh, right.
Otherwise, it'd be close to 100.
Anything else?
60 gold coins.
My gold coins or normal gold coins?
I mean, normal gold coins might be a bit more, but your gold coins, I like the look of. Gold coins are cool thing.
50. I'll look at you. 50.
Belman odds that's. And she also looks very confused. And that's the whole cost.
Yes. Master put in a pretty good word for the pair of you, so
Belma holds
the
out
mark.
her hand for a shake. Looks at you and nods.
Sweet. There you go. I've only got, what are these?
15 left.
15 left.
it would have been about double the price if it was coming from someone that the master didn't recommend so highly. But you're fortunate you're friends with the master.
We like him.
We like him?
Yes, and he does seem to like you as well. He told us that one day you all might be coming down at some point. Both of the masters did.
Oh. I'm sure they might be down at some point.
Yes, well, I hope so. At any rate,
Thank you. And I hand you your 50.
3 hours later.
Ledger accurate.
Thank you.
I need to do this financial ledger.
He puts them in his pouch and he says, right, well, if there's nothing else I can help you to find people with, then I must continue with my ordinary work. And clips his fingers again and the shutters rise, and now suddenly the noise from the market. You didn't realise that it was completely missing before, but now it's just bombarded you again. You're like, whoa, shit, it's loud.
Well, thank you. We have to go off and get a puzzle box now.
Of course, and yes, goodbye. Oh, and next time you see Jardy, tell him I said hello as well.
Oh. We will.
Yes. Thank you.
This is probably not going to end well for
Can
me. is
I
it?
roll an insight on that, please?
Yes, you may indeed.
Please be high.
You may do this with advantage if that helps you at all.
Well, it might. $21.
21, yeah. So you can tell that Forge is... He's a little bit frightened of Jardy, but every time he mentioned the Masters, there was a glint of, like, pure terror in his eyes. He seems terrified of the two tieflings that run this marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
Completely terrified of them. Like, if they came over to him at one point and asked him to fucking, like, jump off a cliff, he would probably do it out of fear of what they would do to him. Kind of terrified.
And the feelings about Jardy?
Jardy, he's like... He gets a similar sort of fear from Jardy, but more of like a...
A respect versus a...
Yeah.
terror.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
So yes, you both make your way to the entrance, and both Sorrow and Misery are there waiting for you.
Both
of them.
I'm not home
This
yet.
can't be good.
So Misery, you've never seen the two of them standing next to each other, but Sorrow is this vivid red color, kind of like a red velvet cake sort of shade. Sorrow is more of this deep blue color. The physical differences, other than the shades of their skin tone, is they're missing a horn each. Sorrow is missing his right horn, and Misery is missing his left.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they can join Tiefling twins.
They are twin tieflings.
That's cute.
Joined at the horn.
And as they both greet you, you Misery says,
Homebrew, they just tangled like a
I'm glad that Sorrow informed me of your arrival, Miss Belma. It has been quite some time, and you must be Ram, is that correct?
Correct.
It is a pleasure to meet you. I am Misery. I am Sorrow's brother. And Sorrow pops up and he says, I have this puzzle box here for you.
Oh. How much?
Consider it a gift.
What kind of gift?
A gift that one would receive from someone that enjoys their company.
A gift that is freely given?
Yes.
How do I put something inside it?
Strip of bacon.
The small little image that is... It looks vaguely like Sorrow or Misery's head. So it's like a little demon face. He pushes it and it opens up.
Ooh.
Once you place an item inside of there, you push the little button again. It will close up and randomize the images all over the box until you have to put the little tiefling face back together again by swapping things around. Then you can push the button again. However, the person that pushed the button originally can always see which pieces to move in what order.
That sounds fantastic.
So if you push the button to put something in there, you will know the exact order in which to open it again. However, Ram, or even Misery and myself, will not.
But Yllish could actually solve this.
Yllish will be able to solve this, yes.
Hypothetically.
You see, after a while...
Very skeptical.
What was the
but
probability?
After a while, the images tend to change without anyone looking at them. To make it a bit easier. The longer the time is spent to try and solve it, the easier it makes itself. So it actually is relatively difficult, but after a while, even a child would be able to solve it. I have no doubt.
Yes, but will Yllish be able to solve it?
Yllish will definitely be able to
so
solve
much
it.
Yllish beating this.
Somewhere in the front. I feel under pressure.
Push it down.
So bad.
I feel even more dense than I did before.
Bell, thank you. Very appreciated.
Anytime. And Jardy didn't give you any trouble, did he?
Oh, not at all.
Good. I've had to have a word with him about how polite he is to our guests. Rakshasa tend to be a little bit iffy with new people.
He even charges the right price.
Oh, good. Misery pipes up and says, yes, the last time we had outsiders come in, he tried to overcharge them, and let's just say he is now confined just to his workspace. For the rest of the year.
Did notice that.
We have a understanding with everyone down here. And I can see that Forge has done a good job of upgrading you as well.
Ding ding.
I'm just going to give you my metal dice.
Metal dice would be better.
There's actually some just sitting next to you with a little tin above. You'll have to get them out though. Because they're in the...
Oh, no.
Well, that's support the advent, man.
I will have to let him know that he has done some fantastic
Phone
work
comes out.
for us.
We're just going to try this last one more time.
Put it in the middle one. Put it in the big one.
I like it.
We need to make you a soundboard.
Yeah.
You can just...
As long as it's not me doing bloody Mario again, I'm happy.
Yes, as am I.
Mistakes are made.
I think it's pronounced mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made.
Oh,
Sorry.
We'll never get away from it.
it'll take a while to get over that. Well, thank you very much. We should be leaving. And sort of nudges
My head.
the
Don't.
side of your head.
No.
You're making direct eye contact with both of those. Like, Belma's great. She's grateful.
Yeah.
It's like, we've been here a long time.
Misery says, "Do not worry. These shopkeepers down here, as long as we tell them to behave, they will behave with our customers."
Oh,
And
yes,
you-
the shopkeepers. Yes, I'm sure they're well behaved. The shopkeepers were not on Belma's mind.
Just the overly creepy. Yeah.
She's not scared of them. She knows that there's a good relationship, but she's not. I don't want to impress. But welcome.
So we walk off.
Yes,
and
the two tiefling brothers stand aside, arms outstretched, mirroring each other perfectly, and gesture the stairs and say, in unison, "Thank you, and we hope to see you again soon."
Oh, I'm sure you will.
have you ever heard of
It's like it's a fact. It's not a.
a robot's spine tingle? Not like that. No.
If either of you would like to, you may roll a religion check, but you do not have to.
Why don't we both roll one? My religion's not so good these days. I must say, that's me in the corner.
You can help Belma, so she gets advantage on the check.
You might want to.
You're an intelligence caster, aren't you?
Mm.
Religion is weirdly enough intelligence, even though wisdom class.
I might just not.
Yeah.
It's fine. Just 5.
So you've got advantage there.
Advantage.
If you so desire. I know technically you've already rolled.
Oh, sure.
Oh, it fell out of my hand.
Yes, no doubt.
Oh, well, so I rolled a natural 1 plus. It was religion, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Plus 5.
Mhm.
So then I re-rolled. I got a 20 plus 5.
Yeah, that'll do it.
You're
Um,
welcome.
Thank you.
I have no actually.
So you recall stories from books that speak of certain demons or higher deities that will often force lesser deities to work for them in some way, shape, or form. This entire scenario is ringing that particular story or those stories in
Demons
round in your
workshop.
head. Basically. So you kind of thinking about it, you probably gather that everyone that's working in this underground market has probably done something to upset the two tiefling brothers, and as compensation, they are now paying the tiefling brothers for what they've done.
So
By
they're
working for them.
imprisoned and having to work out. It's kind of like Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh!
Just with demons.
Isn't Witch owned by Amazon?
Yeah.
I didn't mean that.
Sorry, Bezos.
Different Amazon.
Don't be-
Like
Yeah.
jungle.
Yeah.
Sweatshop. You mean the sweatshops in the jungle they have, right?
Amazonian.
It's Amazon.
It's just quiet.
Jack's gone.
Is that you, mummy?
Sponsorship cancelled.
Yeah.
So going with the natural one, it's like then Mr. 3, yeah, one moment. Belma like swivels on your shoulder and face backwards. Sorrow, Misery,
Yes.
do either of you know Julian?
Slink.
After that revelation, yes.
Unfortunately. Why is that?
How often does he come around?
Oh. Never, thankfully.
So we were just unlucky.
Have you met Julian Slink?
Yes.
You see the normally very calm composure of these two tieflings begin to waver briefly, and they're just
We came back.
I can see it. Is he wandering around?
Not anymore. Not since he came to collect. We should be going, Mr. Three.
Just one moment, please. This is important for our safety. Much in the way that everyone in this marketplace works for us. We used to work with Julian. Is he free? You have met him in person, or did you meet a messenger?
Oh, you mean by free as in wanders around and pops in and out as he pleases?
Yes.
Yeah, the latter.
How to fuck with two demons. A lesson.
Right.
Wasn't intentional. no, really wasn't intentional. Does not want to upset these people.
And they both sort of lean into where the two of you are and they say, please be careful with Julian. We consider you and your friends very valuable patrons. And we would hate to lose such valuable patrons and potential. There's not a lot of mortals that we run into that we actually like. Basically everyone in the city we despise in some way, shape or form, but you and your friends are quite fun.
Belma's turning closer to the shade of her hair at this point.
These two tieflings, they look terrified. They look completely terrified. Julian is extremely dangerous.
More terrified than the insight previously of... Yes, excellent. Right, this is good to know. Mm-hmm.
Slink was known as the Prince of Chaos.
That makes sense.
He embodies chaos, or rather, he is the origin of it.
Yes.
If he is allowed to roam around, then that means... Well, the rumors... The rumors of... Have you heard much of the gods? The current new gods and how one of them is supposedly dead?
No, well, Tech goes on about them a lot. I don't follow a lot of religion.
Julian's freedom is a result of one of those gods dying.
Which one?
Her name was Zoranus, the god of nothings.
Oh.
Each god is tethered to an archdemon of some form. Julian is one of them. If he is allowed to roam free for too long, then chaos is going to rise. As long as he stays entertained, we should be fine. But please, Miss Belma, be safe.
Always. Good. Sorry. You probably had a minor aneurysm over in the forest at that.
And please tell your friends to be safe as well.
Lots more nodding. Yes, he's probably quite entertained at the moment, I imagine.
I shall not ask, for fear of what might come of it. I will take your word. Miss Belma?
Thank you. It was good to see you again. We should be going. Goodbye.
It was good to see you too.
Turns around. Or nudging.
And as you both leave, if you take any moment, do you peer back at the tieflings?
Probably. Her curiosity is like...
The two of them look like they're, like, discussing something with each other with great severity.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps a plan of action, an escape plan, whatever it might be.
Julian might want his sweatshop back.
Bezos.
Every Bezos. Every Bezos.
Hi, Jeff. You watching?
Is now.
His little alarm goes off. Someone's ripping on me.
How is everyone doing for time currently? Because it is 20 to 11.
To get my hat.
My next part's maybe going to be crunchy.
A bit crunchy. Bit crunchy.
We're asleep in the forest.
Yeah, we're not back till morning.
I'm
And you wanted to speak to the Queen, didn't you?
Yeah, but that can...
You're gonna speak to the Queen tonight?
I was going to go there and see if I couldn't get a brief
A little brief minute with the Queens at night.
She's single.
I hear she's recently single.
Sure, we can cold war all that in the morning. Not our next. Yeah.
I think you can.
Well, I can always discuss with Reese outside of game on the conversation that he has with the Queen. If it's a private conversation.
No, the viewers need to witness it.
But it'll be brought in the next session. It'll be a bit of an
Because
outside.
you can work
You
out
start
what you
off
want
the
to
next
do.
session.
but yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about what we do.
If you really want to do private stuff, kick the rest of us out of the room. So people,
Yeah,
people
I
watching it
know.
still get to
Yeah,
see things.
I was just saying,
Okay,
we'll talk about
Then
what
I'll watch
the
it
plan
from the
is.
other room while you do it.
No,
We have the technology.
I won't listen.
With-
I won't listen. I'll just be watching.
Just have it on you. I reckon with the current time that it is, and the fact that I'm going to be up for a morning shift in the morning.
I'm going to drive to Hobart, mate.
Yeah, you don't go up to Hobart. Between you needing to go to Hobart meeting and wake up at 5 in the morning,
Yeah.
I think we'll call it there for the evening.
sounds good to me.
Awesome.
All right, so we're going to be calling it there, guys. Once again, thank you to all of the new followers tonight, and a big shout out as well to Mystics River again for the raid.
Props, cheers.
Yep, it was awesome. Thank you all for sticking around as well. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Kids, do we have anyone to?
Who's this Adam?
Who would the
Hey.
Wisdom saves still going, and they raided us a couple of sessions ago.
Sounds good to me.
They've been going for 3 and a bit hours, so I don't know how much longer they'll be going for.
Wisdom save.
Wisdom saves.
Wisdom does say.
WISDOMSSAGES.
Jesus! Oh, we're still alive.
Wisdom saves. It's one word.
Oh. Wisdom saves. Okay.
As in the.
Sorry, I think it's saying wisdom
Like Jesus,
saves.
but wisdom.
Wisdom saves. Okay. Okay, guys. So we're going to raid wisdom saves. So stick around for that. That'd be awesome.
Yep.
But otherwise, we'll be back in a fortnight for more of this one.
More
Yep,
vampires.
more vampires in trouble. So yeah, hopefully we'll see you all there for that. But for now,
Cool.
catch
Thank
you all
you.
later. Bye.
Come and watch. Bye.
Bye.